Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there, YouTube land. Moz coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box, Toy Photography Talk. And today we have our special guest, Sirdork730. He was here for the first show, and now he's here for the 30th show, the 30th anniversary, but yet less than a year. So however that works. So let's all welcome back Sirdork. What's going on, Jarrett?
Howdy, thanks for having me on. I'm happy to be here. So I appreciate you coming on. That's cool that I was on number 1 and number 30. This is so cool. Like, what an honor. So thank you very much.
That is cool, man. It just was so fortuitous how that worked. Because I mean, I hit you up last week. I was like, whenever you're ready, whenever you're available, and you're like, I can be on next week. I was like, that'll be the 30th. That's awesome. That's gonna just work out. I got a message from Harry. He's running a little late. He'll be here though. That's cinematographer for those that don't know. Noble Young, always the first one here. I want to say hey to you, Jared, of course. Renz, Tolentino, and OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. I saw you got your email, so your package is on the way. So if you guys are just tuning in for the first time or haven't tuned in for a while, and I was reaffirming the format with Jarrett on this. What we're going to do is we're going to basically just go over everybody else's work, as well as go over whatever shots that we want to talk about of our own. So we'll start out with Jarrett. Do you have anything new you want to share with us that maybe we can look over real quick?
Anything new? Nothing super crazy happening.
Or just a shot that was interesting that you might want to kind of take us behind the scenes a little bit on?
Sure. I did do a shot recently that was a lot of fun. My last one I did was it's something I had an idea for a while. I had Luke Skywalker and a glass of blue milk, and he's just kind of using the Force and some splashing going on.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up here just a second.
Cool. Yeah, it was. Every time I take a photo, I usually feel pretty good about it, but I felt really good about this one. I was very proud of that splash. Just looked.
That is an awesome.
Really nice. And so basically it was quite simple. I went to a sandy place near me and I set Luke up and I got a cup, and the milk is actually milk from my local gas station, and I put blue food coloring in it.
I was gonna say, did it come out blue?
Yes, there's no blue milk available near me that I know of. And then I bought some ice, like a bag of ice. I was like, ice cubes would probably be the best thing for me to drop in there. So I just dropped some ice in there. It took me a couple tries until I got the right splash. And that was it. That was pretty much it. It was very, very simple. I didn't use any extra lighting. I just used the sun. The sun was all the light that I need. I didn't even use a reflector.
You didn't get a reflector? Yeah, you got a lot of light in that. No bounce card there on his face?
Really? No, I didn't. I took some shots with it just in case, but I ended up not needing it. It was all right there. The sun, just as is. It was really good.
It's definitely not there when you're doing the video.
Definitely not. Yeah, usually I'll film my BTS like afterwards because I'm in deep concentration, and then a cloud goes by. Yeah. Perfect timing, but at least the cloud went by after I finished the actual shot.
No, this is awesome. And then you obviously stacked this because you also got some effect going on behind them, some effect from the
Yeah, I did take some secondary shots with just me with my finger kicking up some of the sand.
Okay, all right, rock on.
Brought them together. Then the one thing I did cheat a little bit on was the splash is as is. Like, I didn't add any extra splash, but there were a lot of little tiny splashes all over the place. Mm-hmm. And I kind of just got rid of those and just kept that core splash. And there was a lot. It was taking over like almost the entire.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Frame. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that because when you drop it in there, you can see there's like a lot more splash than what you probably wanted.
Yeah.
And this probably is this isn't the take that you actually did anyway, but yeah, you can see that it's just so random. So you probably had a whole bunch of splashes coming towards the camera and going places you just didn't want. You wanted it right there fighting Luke, basically. The splash and Luke.
The splash. It's good splash.
Luke versus the splash. What's going on, Joseph? How you doing today? It's good having you guys here. We got Jared here today from Sirdork. DJ Crinkly Bags, man.
Crinkly Bags, all right.
Yeah, he sent in a picture or two. I know that. So
awesome.
We're going to go over that here in a bit. This is pretty cool, though, man. I really I love the ingenuity with your shots. Like you're not afraid to just think outside the box and do something that I don't think of. I think of like trying to recreate moments, from like TV, movies, or whatever. I don't usually try to think out of the box. I did that recently, but I didn't come up to anywhere near where you're at. I
Well,
did one
thanks,
with
dude.
Miles. I'll pull it up real quick. I wasn't a huge fan with it, but I was doing this for a different website. It was just not a website, but a YouTube channel. They go over like your acquisitions for the week, and you want to do like a pitch. This FFTC hashtag here. I forget what it stands for, but like something about you just received. And I just got my copy of Ultimate Fallout in the mail. It was sent to CGC, got graded, and I just gotten it. And,
nice. 9.82. Awesome.
Yes. That's his first appearance. That's the first appearance of Miles Morales. So.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
So I wanted to do a shot because what their shtick is for Comic Book Canon, the YouTube channel, is that they want you to take a shot of your get of the week, which is technically what this would be, but make it interesting. Make it so I made it like it was falling off the wall, and Miles leaped out of my Hot Toys. Miles leaped out and he's trying to grab it, and maybe he leaked out the poster. I don't know. Put that.
I think that's awesome. I think that's so cool, and that's cool how like kind of you were kind of like you wanted to follow in whatever the theme or however they call it, and that kind of like made you think differently than you normally would.
Yeah.
And I think this is awesome. I think it's really smart, and there's a lot of different things for people to connect with in there, like the comics in there, and it's just like there's so many things happening, and different things for the eye to connect with, and they all connect quite nicely, I would say.
I think what I really don't like about this is I couldn't get the curtain out of the shot. I wanted the curtain out. I hate the curtain.
No, I think the curtain is a part of it, because it's part of the home feel that I'm getting,
But yeah, like I said, I got that book in last week, and I did this shot, and I would have spent more time on it and got it more to my liking, because I really wanted more light in it. But I was very concerned with the way I had that book balanced. I didn't want it to fall. So, you know what? Right. I don't have a reflection on it. We're good. We can see what the title is. We're good. Let's just move.
Oh, yeah. It's so tough to shoot with such shiny, flat surfaces like that with reflections.
Yeah. So, but that was me trying to do something more akin to what you do quite often, is bringing different things together and making it into its own scene. So,
I think it's cool, and I'm excited to see the next one that you do.
Yeah, we'll see if I do another one.
I hope you do.
We'll see. Is there any other one of your shots you want to go over before we kick off to the viewers?
I did the one I did previous to that was I did another one with a cup. Did multiple cup things. Yeah, that one with it's a Pokemon one. So I'm a big Pokemon fan, and the thing I was actually most proud about this one, like lighting and the splash looks really cool, but the thing I was most excited about was that I was able to get everything I wanted in focus exactly how I wanted it. So Magikarp, Pikachu, Machamp, the lemons, it's all in focus, and it was kind of like a revelation for me, like figuring out exactly where I need to put things and still keep everything in the exact focus, because I that's one thing I struggle with, is like ensemble kinds of shots with different subjects.
Well, do you remember what aperture you were shooting at for this?
This is f1.8. So
you were at 1.8 and you got all that in focus?
Yeah, and usually on something like that, I'll try to kind of take multiple and then just focus stack, I think is what it's called. But I was able to get it all in there. I kind of created like a glass wall in my head of where Machamp was, because that's where my focus was centered at, was on Machamp in the air. And so I kind of scooched everything along the exact line of where Machamp is in reference to the camera, and everything came in focus. So I was really happy with that.
Because 1.8 is a very shallow depth of field. I'm surprised. I don't know this guy's name. I guess it's Machamp, right?
Yeah.
I would assume he's not the fish. But with those arms specifically, I mean that's a whole bunch of depth, especially at that aperture that you surprised aren't fuzzied out, pretty well there. But
it's a little help with that lens. I think that I'm using, it's a 85 millimeter.
Nice.
So,
I've been shooting a lot more with my 100 mil. I pulled that out, like dusted it off because I've been using 32 mil for most of my hot toys, which being a crop sensor is like almost like a 50 mil.
Okay.
And for hot toys, that's generally a decent thing. But we'll move over to that real quick.
Yeah.
If I remember how to do this, there we go. So I mean, like this I did last week, and this is with the 100 mil. The only thing that's the particles I added in with Photoshop, and this flame is Photoshop, but the rest of that is all on camera.
That
The
flame
lighting.
looks really good.
I was impressed with it myself, actually. What I did is I found two PNGs. Well, it was one PNG, but I stacked them because when you put the first one to screen, you could see through it too easily. Even though it's the only part that should be showing really, but it was like you could the fire was too translucent. So then I duplicated the fire, and then I added a blur to it. Just a very
That's what I was gonna say. So yeah, you did a great job with matching the focus of where Goblin's hand is and the flame, so that like focus matches so perfectly, and so it blends so nicely with the whole photo because it feels like it's in the same place where his hand is, so that was really nicely done.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going for though too, because I wanted that Spider-Man kind of off to the side, kind of like it's over Goblin, and Goblin's like, you don't see this
No,
hand,
it's not.
And he's like, we're
Totally.
not done yet. So but that's with that tight crop 100 mil lens there, which ends up being a lot tighter because that's 6 times crop on my phone or my camera.
Yeah, it's very wide. I love that. It's very cinematic.
But I've been shooting a lot in 16:9, and then
right.
Harry's got me doing this, and also doing letterboxing. So there's letterboxing on this.
Cool.
You can't see it, but it's black bars letterboxing. The top and the bottom, and Harry's got me doing that. I mean, if you see like a lot of these, or you weren't here for this one last week, but it's another one that 100 mil cropped in lens.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with the light on that because I wanted that dark. Because Riddick's more of a it's dark, and he operates best in that light, and yet I want it light in there. So again, this is somewhere I just got fortunate enough to get just that color of light, but there was nowhere where you could say, oh, here's their light source, because it just seems like it's ambient, like lit blue or bluish green, and really fortuitous how that came out. But and then again with the 100 mil, I've been doing these turtles, which got me to break out my 100 mil lens, pull out these NECA turtles.
Yeah, this looks really good. That is the I don't know what the way the light obviously on them, but also is your snow effect practical, because it looks
no, that's just Photoshop.
That looks like it's really there, because the way the light is matching the effect, like the snow is.
It's just a dust / particle layer. There's 2 different layers. There's one just straight up behind them, and what I do is I don't go masking them out or anything, but what I'll do is I'll put on that first particle layer, and then I'll just mask the turtles. Just be like, take the masking tool on top of the particle layer and just be like, get off my turtles.
Gotcha.
And then I'll do another one on top of that and just kind of pick and choose some of the brighter particles that I don't want to be in front of them, of course, and just kind of work around with it. And of course, put a blur on both. But this isn't my personal favorite one of the turtles. My personal favorite one, if you want to go with the turtles, is probably Leo here. And this one I used the PlayStation Spider-Man background.
Oh, really nice.
I parked Spider-Man in the city, pulled him out of this, the scene, and used it. Now this is practical here, but this is this behind him is an alleyway.
Great mix.
Found.
Yeah, great mix of that.
But
I love how he's blocking the shuriken. Right?
Yeah, I was wondering if that turned out for anybody else, because that was what I was going for.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, can you really see it? I mean,
totally.
Kind of getting lost. He's like, I ain't playing. I got
yeah, and that's like right center in like the frame, so that's that's like before I even tell my eyes to look at wherever, that's what I see. So I think that's awesome. Hey, Crimson Viper.
Yeah, that glare on the sword, I think, really helps pull your attention there. But
definitely.
Yeah, Crimson Viper, he's in the house, man. Yeah, he says he's got to run some errands, but be back on when I can, and he's excited for this episode. So I guess he's gonna come back and
Yeah,
watch
man.
this.
You
Let
run
me go
those
back a
errands.
little bit and say hey to Paul Cronin. 16:9 is my favorite crop mods, especially with the cinematic feel to the image. Yeah, I've been having a blast doing it. I mean, I almost feel kind of dirty whenever I shoot anything in a portrait mode.
That's
What's up,
crazy.
Trevor? What's going on,
Hey,
man?
Trevor.
Trevor, if you'd like a link, we'll send you one. Just let me know. And then I don't know how I'm going to say this. Harananori, is that right? I
What's
don't
up,
know.
guys?
But what's going on? Toy Emerson, isn't he one of your guys? Toy
Yeah,
Emerson?
Toy Immersion. How's it going, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Let's see if there's any more I want to touch base while I got you here. Oh, here's the BTS
Oh, sweet.
little video for this one here.
Oh.
But
Wow,
yeah,
that really is a perfect image to use for the background.
Well, I mean, I just had to park him in front of somewhere, you know. Just
Yeah.
I had to find an alley in the game that wasn't too well lit because you know the game it's really good at lighting up your alleyways. This one is another Leo one I was really happy with, but this is all
Awesome.
practical. Everything behind him here is practical.
Cool.
I got the other BTS for that too.
Yeah, I'm curious. Oh, nice.
So I made those little crates and stuff, but they're more for 1/6 scale. But yeah, I'm still playing with my reels, editing. I don't know what I'm doing here.
What do you use to film this behind the scenes?
This is just my phone, and then I used InShot.
That's
I think
nice. Looks
InShot
very nice.
for the editing. So, but yeah, this is one of my favorite turtle ones here.
Yeah,
And then
I love the
Raphael.
pose. How close it is, like to his face. Like it looks like super personal. You know what I mean?
Well, you had to. I had a hard time getting because these NECAs aren't that well for posing, and especially
Right.
in arms these figures. And I really wanted to get that block, but I didn't want to lose Leo's face, and I had a hard time getting the angle right where you got just the face that you needed, and still got the block pose that to pull off that block. Because otherwise, it just looked like he was just kind of standing funny. You know, just didn't have the tension that you needed. You just had to find that right angle, and it was actually a lot trickier than you would think.
It looks great. Yeah, I love it. It just feels super personal like that. Like there's like the fight between the two feels super personal.
And the other guys are just watching because they've realized it's kind of an honor bound thing, him versus a predator. It's an honor fight. Dude. So they're like, yeah, you got this.
You got it, Leo.
And then this is all practical. There's a practical moon behind him. That's just a lit up 3D printed moon.
That's so cool. That feels very samurai-y.
Well, I love the lighting on him. I think he came out I think this is the best lighting I've done on a turtle where it just comes out very cinematic.
So much. Every little like the little details is on his like arms and the muscle tone is totally brought out by that right on his
trick
left side.
Here too is this isn't white. This is a blue light. So this highlight here is from a blue light source, not a white, which is how I'm getting it without blowing him out. There's Harry. There's Harry. Harry, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going? Sirdork, oh my god, I'm a huge fan. An honor to have you here with us.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
No, of course.
Thanks
Thank you for coming by.
Let me go through the chat real quick, and then we'll go through the tag stuff. We'll stop.
Yeah, you got a super chat in there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Nice.
Commander Green heading back to storage. I'll be listening. Cool. And did I say your name right, Hiranori? But thank you so much for the super sticker, man. I really appreciate that. Every little bit goes a long way, man. And it's very cool. I don't see them often, but when I do, it makes me all warm and fuzzy. Makes me happy.
Yeah, that's super nice.
He says, man, I need to improve my shot. I just did Atticus Doom. Dude, I want to get that figure, man. The Mezco, the Atticus Doom. That's pretty awesome, man. But yeah, I've been wanting to get that figure. Pablo.
Hey, dude.
He used to do the 16:9 cinematic crop before, but stopped. Need to do it again. Yeah. Harry's got me all doing that, man.
That's me.
And you, Harry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't seem to get away from that look. I'm pretty obsessed.
Paul's happy to see you here, Jarrett. He's
Hey,
These are
Paul.
inspiring videos.
Oh,
Lots
Paul,
of
yeah,
them.
dude. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
It really,
I'm just
really
gonna
is.
move through here real quick. Bravo. Exotic Carfax, man. When does the new Pharaoh Predator 1/6 scale figure come out? I don't know if Hot Toys going to make one. If you want a custom version, though, there's two guys that I know that do customs for that figure. LRR Customs, but I think he's all backed up right now. You can find him on Instagram. And I think Fugitive Predator Customs is also doing a Pharaoh Predator custom. But I think you need a Berserker to be anything close to the body type to go with that custom helm. So because his head's the closest.
Is that the name of the Predator from Prey, the Pharaoh Predator?
Yeah, that's what everybody's calling him as the Pharaoh. Yeah.
Cool. Have they released any or revealed any figures of him?
I think NECA's making one. I think is what I saw. But
NECA is okay.
Cool.
Nothing in 1/6 scale though, right?
No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. What's up, Anthony? What's going on,
Hey,
man?
Anthony. How's it going, sir?
Yeah, we need to get you in here, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just call me Harry as well. Okay.
All right,
that's
Harry.
gonna be confusing for our Harry, but we'll work it out. I'll call. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure
That's
it
his
out.
real name. So is that you, Harry, or is that him, Harry? Is it? Are you the same people? Y'all mess with me?
It's definitely not me. Crimson Viper.
Dude, Pablo has been killing it, man. I can't wait to get to his stuff today on the show. But let me see. CT603, what's going on, man?
Hey.
I know, feeling long day, man. I had to go run a whole bunch of chores, and then I had 2 hours to play my video game, and I had to cut it short without saving because it locked me up at a cinematic / you have to go into the story part right now. I was like, I have to go get food. So I was like, I just got to turn it off and see where you put me when I get out. So I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West right now.
Oh, okay. Nice. Hopefully that auto saved.
Well, I mean, worst, I got to kill the Thunderjaw again, and then I can go back to where I was.
Usually, if I'm trying to like pause in the middle of something, I'll go to the home screen.
Hey, Commander Green.
Well, my wife she wants to play too. So after dinner, since I'm here, she's playing, so she's got to do her own game.
Gotcha.
So I had to get out of it. Commander Green, yeah, what's going on? There's so much talent here. Yes, Darth. We got Sirdork and Harry. It's awesome. And then another Harry. He's laughing. That's awesome. Pablo's man. He taught me everything. Dude, Pablo is awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
So much love going on in here.
I know there is. I'm trying to get to a point where I can go back to what we're doing. What's going on? 6 scale reviews, man. What's up? Just popping in before I run some errands. We'll watch it. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much. All right, let's jump into this, man. We got a lot of shots to go over today. Well, actually, let me refresh first. Make sure there's nothing new here. What I would do, in case you guys want to have your stuff submitted for constructive criticism, is I asked you guys to hashtag ToyMoz. The hashtag's really not for me to kind of go through anymore because Instagram's kind of really messed those up as far as whether or not they're there. So I also ask that you tag me, and that should put everything so I can find it. So should. As far as I can tell, it seems to be working. Dude, super stuff. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Super sticker. Let me go look at that real quick. I can't see super stickers in this interface. Let me look. Vibes. That's awesome.
Vibes.
And then Anthony with the super chat, man.
Oh my god.
You guys are awesome.
And fuzzy, dude.
Anthony.
Oh, wait, you guys are getting the hold on, the Matrix is going on there. Here we go. But that's awesome, Anthony. Thank you guys so much for the super everything.
Yeah,
I feel
you guys
super.
are amazing.
Thanks for asking. Oh man. All right, here we go. Let's see. Harry. Oh, that was my Atticus doom. Okay. All right. Wait, what? Where was Atticus? What?
If you go, is that
this one here? Yeah. Okay. All right. We're gonna get to it.
Okay.
Sweet.
Before we get
Quite
really
all
going
right.
though, man, my 1/6 scale prop for the M90 Boombox.
Oh, that's cool.
Sweet.
It's actually
Where's
a
that from?
Bluetooth. It's made by New Wave Toys. This is the box.
Oh, that's the one you were talking about. where
It's
it
actually a Bluetooth speaker?
Yeah, it's actually
It's a Bluetooth speaker as well. The box that it comes with a production box too, but that's too big, I think, for 6 scale for a boombox.
It's a box in a box.
Yeah, it's a box in a box in a box. But yeah, I'm dying to figure out a scene for this, but I need more props. I think for Miles, I can't just stick him there with a boombox on his shoulder, you know.
Yeah,
that is
even
so nice.
That looks pretty
But
good.
this company makes a 1/6 scale. They just put it up for pre-order. In fact, I don't know if they just closed the pre-orders, but a 1/6 scale Coke machine, which
Oh,
works.
okay, yeah,
That's
I've
cool.
seen
That's
it.
cool.
I pre-ordered that
Yeah.
this week, so I'm poor.
And it works. And it's isn't it actually like a mini fridge too?
Yeah, it's a mini fridge. Supposedly it holds 2 cans. I don't know how it does.
Like
'cause I don't
actually
think it's
fits
big enough to
cans of
hold
soda.
Like
2
real
cans of
cans.
sodas.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like a
not
mini
clear
fridge
on
too.
that. Clear on that. But it says
That's
it
so
does.
cool. Yeah, I thought
that is
about
pretty
getting that.
cool.
But I pre-ordered that last week, and that was like my money was gone until the next couple weeks. So,
Yeah, I'm right
let's
where
see.
you are too.
See, great panel. I'm excited for tonight. Yes, clone collector, and then another super sticker. Man, Harry,
Dude,
thank
Harry, you
so
are
much.
awesome.
All right, Harry,
Thank
guys,
you,
I
Harry.
appreciate all the super stuff, but let's get into Quaynar 52. He's been waiting patiently. We need to get onto his pictures, man. Thank you guys so much for the super stuff, though. I do appreciate it. All right. We're ready, right?
Cool.
Yes.
All right, Quaynar, man, we got some troopers here today, and this is looking pretty great. I like the pink and the blue here, but I'd like to know. We'll start with Jared. Let's see what he's got to say about it.
I was gonna say I think the red and blue works really nice with troopers because they're white and they're the colors bounce with them quite well. And honestly, the only thing that when I'm looking at this, and if I was looking for something to do differently, is there's the front trooper. I'm not sure if that's the Jeddah trooper or what, but
This is
the front
Commander.
trooper, he's got some cool posing going on, and I'm missing a lot of that. So I don't know if maybe a different angle or anything like that. Just like I wish I could have seen a little bit more of him. But other than that, I think the shot's really cool. I think I love the red and the blue on each side, and then you get a little bit of that reflected on the troopers, and that's something I love to do also. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, thematically, I like the red and blue, and kind of the light side and the dark side, as far as
Yeah,
saber colors,
exactly.
that kind of creating the shot.
Blaster effects.
Harry, what do you got, man? What you thinking?
For Quaynar here, I'm really liking the fact that he's using colors this time around. Usually it's just really, just white and a white background. But today I'm seeing red and blue, which is really, really cool. The one thing that I would ask for though is just maybe utilize some sort of background for his shots, because he usually just goes with just a white blank background.
Yeah, he's shooting in front of his wall here.
Yeah, he does that a lot, and that's
he's
fine
working
too.
with what he's got.
Sorry, yeah, like maybe I don't know, take him outside if these are hot toys, I assume, so it might have to be a little careful with that. But yeah, I don't know, take him outside really quick, just get some sceneries in there. Yeah, that's something you can do. But other than that, yeah, I love the colors for this one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to agree with Jarrett though as far as the angle. I think that we really probably should have brought that camera tilt just a little bit further down, so that you get a little bit more of the commander. Not a whole lot more, probably just down to his elbow. So just bring that camera angle down, just to get that to the elbow for that arm.
Yeah, because it looks like he's like got his thumb kind of hooked on the strap there. I think that's a really cool pose. And
I got my shore trooper in that same kind of pose actually over here. What's going on, Ian? How you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Ian.
How's it going?
But as far as that goes, I understand that you don't want to bring hot toys outside. I'm the same way, so I'm not gonna berate you like that. Like Harry's doing right now, even though he's shooting in front of a monitor.
Yeah, everything is inside for me. Too much of a whip for that.
But it is something you could also consider trying is the whole monitor thing.
Yes.
Hold on, I want to bring this out real quick and
definitely,
because I'm starting to do it myself. I'm pretty new at it though, but we're gonna switch over to this shot real quick because this one I'm really proud of, and this was a monitor shot, straight up monitor shot. There's nothing else in there to mess with that perspective at all. But again, I'm using the Spider-Man video game, and I parked the camera in front of this red sign.
So helpful.
And what makes I mentioned this last week, but what makes this work is the fact that you got that red outline is coming around and it's bringing him into that background because it's matching with that background. That's what's helping sell that
so much.
This side, of course, not so much because that's further away. As you look at the light of the sign, it's a lighter red. It's not as bright. It doesn't have as much shadow to work with to, bounce light around over here. So this one's not going to grab his arms so much, and pull him out. The other thing that you want to do once you've done that, you get that light to help sell it, is you want to add something on top of it, something that just helps put a layer on top, not necessarily a layer that's going to help hide anything, but like I'm using these particles because my big thing lately is I'm adding particles to everything, but it just helps kind of envelop the whole thing into that scene. So it's just something you may want to consider. If you don't have a lot to work with, you can still do this. I mean, I take, the side table next to my couch and I put a piece of foam on the foam board, the half-inch thick foam as a tabletop to make it bigger on top of that, and then just shoot from there. I mean, and then, right in front of my TV. So it's not the best setup, but it works, it works on the TV. Give a shout out to Crimson Viper for Super Chat, $5, man. All three hosts are amazing.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you for helping us grow and learn. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. That's the whole point.
All right. Thank you so much for the Super Chat, Crimson Viper. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to move on to Dave, who doesn't need any help from anybody.
Yeah.
Collector's Orbit, killing it.
Every single time.
I've had him on the show a couple of times. He's in the UK, though, so it's hard for him to make the time. But, man, just Dave and I came up together, and I would be right where he is as far as followers go if I didn't get hacked. So it's
oh, yeah. That whole thing.
Trying to rebuild, man. Trying to rebuild. It's brutal. But he gives us a little behind the scenes here. He's got, 2 light sources on the top and both to either side. This one, I don't know if that's just the camera that's making it kind of purpley, but it doesn't look like he's using a gel. It's probably just the way
it does look slightly purpley.
Yeah, it could be a gel there, which is too blown out, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. But he's got a half gel here. He's not using the whole blue gel here.
That's a very interesting.
And then he's got a little bit of warmth on this side here. And that's all combined to make the shot. I love his. I need to get this kind of these props, man.
I think you can go to Michael's and get all those.
I think it's so expensive.
Definitely.
Again, I'm poor. But yeah, man, it's beautiful. It's just awesome. I don't even know which Falcon this is. I mean, it looks like it could be a Hot Toys, but I think with the hands, that's a NECA one. So I think this blade is plastic.
Yeah, it's NECA.
Yeah, it looks about that size.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I mean, yeah, there you can tell because that's definitely a plastic blade.
Yeah.
But it looks like a Hot Toys. That's how well he did the shot. I mean, it just looks beautiful, man. It just looks awesome.
Yeah.
Dockinator, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? Yeah, it is killer, man.
Yeah.
Pablo, aquarium plants and accessories. Yeah, they're not cheap though. I priced them out, man.
That's true. Stuff from the aquarium stuff is always an extra.
Yeah,
little...
it does. Yeah, it adds up for sure.
Yeah. Dude, 616 photos. Now, when I first met this guy, man, he was doing nothing but Star Wars, and now he's jumping into the Predator game, and he's just, this is beautiful. This is the Hot Toys Berserk Predator.
Yeah, he's so good at making things feel lifelike and look lifelike. It just whatever when it comes to lighting, and also just very slight posing. Is just perfect enough to really make things feel lifelike.
I love the photoshopped cannon here, though. That's just
that looks great.
Level. I mean, just the way the oranges work here, just beautiful.
That looks really great.
Trevor said it was great framing. I'm not sure if he's referring to this one or the previous one.
I think both.
Probably it could be either. Really, they're both great.
Yeah, they're both great.
There's nothing I could really say about what you could do better here. Maybe
no.
I don't. It's just gorgeous work here. Gorgeous work, man.
Yeah. And it so fits his style too. Like, I mean, everyone's got their own style, but I see this and it absolutely fits his style so much.
This makes me want to buy the Berserk now. I mean, I have no interest in that Predator. I've never liked the design of it because I don't like how far they take away from the original Predator head sculpt and stuff. But this looks awesome. It's like, and this is the same thing that happened to me with the tracker too. You know, my buddy, the Predatorium, who I haven't seen him post in forever, he did a shot of the tracker, and it just brought out, his shot brought out the details and the biomask and the texture and the skin. I was like, I'm gonna have to buy a tracker. He's dirt cheap. There's no reason why I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 616 photos, man. This is beautiful. I love it. And Trevor was talking about the last shot. So Paul says Collector's Orbit smashes it with this toy and figure photography. Love it. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
every
David.
time.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, we're gonna get into Harry's Atticus here. This is the Mezco Atticus, but Atticus Doom, Atticus, what?
Honestly, this looks like a if this had a Mezco logo on the bottom, I would have thought that this would have been like one of their reveal photos for this figure. Like it looks and it feels like that, because like Mezco seems to have a very specific type of, I don't know, stylization and tone to their like universe that they're creating, which I think is so cool. And this feels like that so much, and I'm not sure if that's what he was going for or what, but it feels like that. And honestly, I think it looks even better. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, he could definitely. They could definitely tap him to do some product photography. He does a great job of showing the figure, but yet giving it a dramatic, scene, like a setup. But the pose is pretty good. The only thing I'm going to nitpick here is his foot. This foot is turned out kind of funny, and at least in the angle. That's the only place I could go with this, as far as any kind of real critique, is turn that foot more inwards, because it's just a weird. It looks like his foot's broken.
A little bit, yeah.
It's like he twisted
Also,
his
I feel
ankle,
like
and that's why he's jumping.
Yeah. Also, I feel like there should be a little bit of green casted on the camera left, right side of the figures.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of green in there.
That is one thing a lot of people struggle, and even me. I mean, I forget it from time to time.
Yeah.
Even it's one of my biggest pet peeves, though, is when I'm doing a lightsaber, is I'm trying to hit all the angles that light's supposed to hit. When you got a lightsaber in your hand and stuff. And a lot of people, they put like one colored gel light pointing in that general direction, but they forget that lightsaber is a 360-degree light.
Yeah.
Right.
So, he's holding it out like, out to the side like this. There's gonna be red on this side of the hand and this side of the hand.
That's true.
Not just on the top or the bottom, but both. You're gonna see red pretty much all around here. And I usually have to do at least 2 lights to get that lightsaber. At least 2. Bearded Nerdy Oaf, man. Mark, how you doing, man? I'm so happy to hear that you're cancer free, man. That's awesome.
Congrats, my friend. That's amazing.
Yo, Ma, stop showing me so many great photographers. I'm having to follow so many on IG that I'm running out of time in my day for else. Man, how do you not have time in the day for the gym, man? You're always in the gym. You're a busy man. You can look and be at the gym. Trevor, he's digging the composition on. He's always behind, I think, one. So we're gonna say this one, maybe. I don't know. One of the two.
It could be this one.
I
like
agree.
The composition this one too.
The reds and the green on the figure complement the blue background, like super nice.
So as far as what Harry brought up with the green, I agree with you. So in order to not spoil a whole bunch of the other, if this is all in the same scene here, I'm not quite entirely sure, but you just get a green snoot pointing towards right here, and just kind of cut that to just as minimal, maybe a little bit on the edge of the face, but just this is the biggest point where you have to try to sell it, is up, right in here, right on the left side of my mouse here. Just kind of selling it all in there.
Yep.
Just get some green cast off within there. So that's all you have to try to do. And I think a snoot would probably, be able to focus that pretty well, depending on if you got like a loom cube or what. But not trying to sell you on anyone's brand. But it's a great shot, though, man. It's a great shot. Thank you so much, Harry, for sharing it with us today. Dude, the Alpha Raider, man, he's getting there, man. He's getting there, because
so cool.
remember the first ones he posted, man?
Oh,
it was like the weird kind of color, and
that's a huge upgrade, I think, from the first shot that we've seen Alpha Raptor do.
Thank you. I was going to correct myself, but you corrected it for me. Alpha Raptor. I keep saying Alpha Raider.
Alpha Raider.
He's a smooth Alpha Raider.
Alpha Raptor.
Yeah, I think it's just smoother to say. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just. I love how the T-Rex fits. Like, I love how he's played. Like, fits perfectly in frame the way you have it. Like, I think that is that's super awesome.
He's completely in frame. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
That is pretty awesome.
What I think would be like what I'm thinking if I were doing this shot, like sometimes I'll take like a little spray bottle and just do a little spritz over like over the top of the figure. And sometimes the light can kind of hit that little spritz of like almost like a misty droplets on top of the T-Rex. And that can almost make it feel more, reptilian-ish and feel more real. Add an extra little sometimes that can go along, especially with like if this was like sunset and the sun was creeping through the trees or something, that would really help complement.
I'm curious.
That's the only thing I would say.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was curious though if this knee can bend anymore, man, because it looks like you get good articulation here, but just I'd love to try to get him to be a bit more.
I see what you mean.
I don't know. It's just kind of awkward stance. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I understand where he's going
for up a little bit more. I feel it could. But yeah, it's still pretty good.
No, it's great, but that's just calling to me there. Because why step on him at all if he's kind of off to the side like that? So, I'm
he's
wondering
just
if it's a
exerting
limitation
all
of the figure.
Yeah, maybe there's another one on the side coming at him. Maybe
it could. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, story wise, that could work.
Yeah.
I would have, for this shot here, I would have just tried to get maybe a shallower depth of field though for the background, get a bit more bokeh going on here in the background. But other than that, maybe a tad more on the highlights to bring them out a little bit, because it is kind of a flat as far as tone wise. The lighting is great. It's just kind of flat, if that makes any sense to anybody else.
I see what you mean.
It just seems very monotone light wise, but everything's lit. So, so yeah, I would maybe if you bring up the aperture. It's always confusing.
Yeah.
He made the depth of field shallower, so aperture goes up. I still don't even know.
Yeah.
I know what to do. I just don't know how to tell you what to do. Make it brighter with the camera aperture. It makes everything shallower. So if it gets brighter, it's shallower. But no, I would whatever you're using to edit. If you do any edit, maybe you could just bring up the clarity, and that would bring in these or bring in the highlights a little bit. No, just bring in this just a little bit more, and just kind of make it pop just a little bit more that it needs to pop. Another option is to maybe try the spritzing. That might do the same thing if you don't have the control in editing. But this is a great format here. This is a perfect candidate though for Harry's 16:9 letterbox version though. I think this would work great for the letterboxing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because everything works here, and you can keep it like this. But I think the letterbox would just help sell that cinematic. So it's not necessary. It's just something cool.
Yes, it is. It is necessary always.
Yeah, CT6. He might be in motion. Yeah, he's definitely maybe just going off to. He's like he sees Ian Malcolm now. He wants to try to eat him. It's very possible. Small Geek, man. Here we go. Moving on to Small Geek. This is Hella. Now he's got a little behind the scenes. I think this is the Hot Toys Hella. Let me see. Yeah, Hot Toys collectibles. So it's a great angle. I like this. Jarrett, what do you got, man?
I was gonna say, I mean, great job. I don't know, however you played. Maybe you took the photo of what's her name of Hella. Took a photo of her separately and kind of composited her in this Cosmo thing. You did an incredible job with that, because there's even parts of her like on her arms and stuff where she's kind of translucent and you can see. Oh, awesome!
Here we go.
Wow. So there's so much of that was.
So he manually painted that.
That's incredible.
Dang.
I don't know. Like this is so far out of my playing field with stuff. Like I don't even know. Like this is just. I think it's awesome.
Harry, this is more your playing field. What do you got?
Actually, this might be a little bit above me too. I don't really do a lot of manual work like this. Like this is really meticulous. Yeah, I don't think I can match this. Yeah, like look at that. He's manually going in and drawing in every single little lines. Yeah, that's not something that I can do, or too lazy for that.
The only thing that I might think of is so that there's that one bright, and this is probably just my own personal preference. There's the
the top
one really
one.
cool light emitting from the top of her,
Mhm.
and
Right
if
here.
it was kind of more behind the back of her head instead of right on, and then that would kind of make her face pop a little bit more. And I mean, that's just I hate saying anything that's not just like this is freaking awesome to this, but that's the only thing that I can think of, and that's 100% personal preference.
Yeah.
I went back to watch the video part of it to see what it does here when he puts that light in there, but I guess it doesn't show you in the video. But it does kind of wash out her face a bit. It makes it a bit harder to see. And
Yeah, he added a
I
glow
think maybe
there
a
or something.
blend if on the highlight side might have helped
Yeah.
pull the shadows back out of that a little bit, and that probably would have worked out really well. I don't do a lot in composition though, so I'm not the best person to ask. I'm more straight up take pictures. The closest person here to composition is Harry, and this is still outside his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So sorry we aren't able to really point you in the direction, but this looks great. I mean,
Yeah.
So
definitely
Well, that's a
nothing wrong with it.
concept.
Just,
Yeah, it's a very cool
just little
concept.
nitpickies that we could do to make it a little stronger. Like definitely try to just I think a Lightroom effect. If you just did if you have Lightroom and you just dehazed your face a little bit, that's another way
Right.
you could do it.
Yeah.
So just dehaze that face a little bit
That
just to
would
bring that definition back out of it. I know you want that glow there, so I'm not saying get rid of that, but just the cast off into her face is a little high, little much. We're gonna move on to this is gonna be JP Rex SK, man. Now this is fire, but Harry, this is gonna be a great opportunity here. Go ahead, you take it away, Harry.
This is just pure cinematic, and yeah, I live for this kind of stuff. Yeah, everything about this is just perfect. The lighting, the background looks like he's on Mustafar. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
like lava waterfalls
Mhm.
behind.
Yeah, so not what we saw in the show, but I think it works really well for this scene. And I love the little like the little fire flakes that's flying around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's perfect. Love the shot.
I really love is the way is like.
We're losing you a little bit, Jared.
Yeah, we're losing you a little bit.
Oh no!
Kind of.
Oh, my internet does this.
Yeah.
We'll
wait a little.
We'll come back
wait a
to you.
little.
I'll go and hopefully it'll be cleared up more. This here actually, Harry, I think is a perfect opportunity to also reiterate that on the membership tier we're going to be offering
Yes.
the lightsaber packet, because as great as this shot is, I think what really hurts it is the definitive lines that you're getting from, which is a decent lightsaber effect, but when you can get the easy, cool, packet for just being a member, it would make this so much like 100 times even better than this. So this is adequate, very well done, but the lightsaber pack that Harry and I have, the Harry is made. I didn't make the pack. I just make them my own every time I use them. But
yeah,
he's made a pack. But the lightsaber pack he made from Saber Effect and After Effects is such a smooth pack that it might be something you may want to look into in the future, because the rest of the shot is
so
fire.
much more realistic. Yeah.
I'm gonna tab over here real quick to one of Harry's shots to show you the lightsaber pack that he's got. It's not even your best one, man.
Yeah, these are not. I think the Yoda one is probably the best. Yeah,
but this is out of the lightsaber pack that he's made.
Yeah, that's so.
It just looks so much more natural.
Yeah, because if you look at the two, I mean, you just get the hard line for where the red cuts off, and that's just whatever. I think your layer color dodge or whatever is just added this weird effect to it, which sometimes happens with this. So it might be something to look into. I mean, I'm not saying you have to do it. You just play with your what you're doing, and you'll get there. But this is from the same lightsaber pack here.
Perspective on lightsabers. So
and you can kind of distort it and morph it into the the perspective that you really want. Yeah, so it works. That's a little blown out and you can't really see. But
yeah, blue is a little trickier, man. And of course, the one I like that I did is my lightsaber is a little. It's not in the right perspective though. I forgot to blur it.
Oh, is the Anakin shot?
Yeah, the Anakin shot. Where'd it go? That's from Saber using it as well. But I put it in and then did some more filters. That's what's bringing that blue, and it's a little too
Mhm.
hot there. But yeah. All right. But as far as that goes, Jarrett, you back?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear? Am I working
Yeah,
better now?
you're good now.
What I was trying to say was I love how the orange light is like emphasizing every little detail on Vader's face, and you get a perfect shape of his helmet. You know, a little bit stronger on one side, which is just that's just my favorite part about it. It makes me just want to keep looking close right at his face. That's my favorite part. I love that.
Rim lights.
And the stronger light works
Rim
with
light.
the stronger light back here than on this side.
Yes. Yep. Love that.
But yes, rim light, guys, don't forget it, or we'll
Ooh,
call you out
Yeah,
for it.
that's our little thing over here. Never enough rim lights.
Pablo, Harry, I do want to thank you for that trick of the content aware and Photoshop. Oh my God.
Yes.
Jared, have you seen this
fill,
trick, man? Have you seen this trick?
content
I
aware
know.
fill is awesome.
Oh, that's my favorite thing.
Well, there's 2 ways to do it, though. Do you
Ooh,
know
okay. I
the
would love
cool
to
way
hear.
do it? Like, so instead of using the edit content aware fill, I don't know is that how you do it? You go up to the edit menu and do that. Next time, just select your area and then hit shift and hit backspace.
Yep.
And then it'll say content aware fill. It automatically, and it you know how when you hit edit, it brings you like the whole like select the area. You want it to be content. No, you don't have to do that with shift backspace. It's smart. It knows it. It just does it.
Oh wow, that's so crazy. I actually just for my birthday I got this little this stream deck thing, which is awesome.
Cool.
And it has a special profile for Photoshop, and there's a content aware fill button on it, and so I can just click that button on my little thingy and just and then it does it. So it basically does that shift backspace switch.
Harry saved me
crazy.
all kinds of trouble with that, man. Like all right, here I'm gonna just bring. Oh shoot, this is not gonna be easy area. Let me just open the file here.
Man, there's so many secret Photoshop shortcuts that are just like life-saving.
Sure. Why are you opening it in there? Just open. All right, there we go. Sorry, guys. Wait, it doesn't want to work. Come on.
Ooh,
Photoshop, move.
PayPal.
No, don't be
Stay in
there.
there.
I see your password.
Ooh,
oh my God,
hey, Obi-Wan's repairing the ship. Hey.
Yeah, that's been like a week, dude.
Just
sitting on it. All right, so all up in here, like, so what it is like, say you want to just, oh God dang it.
Nice.
Right. So you select this area, right? Just hit shift backspace, and let's brought it up over here. It's going to give you this little menu, and see it already says content aware fill. Just hit OK. Boom.
Yep.
And then
okay.
It looks so natural.
So shift backspace is that the shortcut specifically for fill?
I think so. Yeah.
For fill, and then
I don't know, but
fill,
when you go to edit, if you're going to do the same thing, and you go to
so shift backspace is fill, and then you choose content aware, and then it fills it with content aware.
If you do this, and you got this crap to deal with, and I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Sometimes I really like that. Sometimes that crap is like super. The little green stuff. Actually, sometimes I'm really loving that. Because sometimes content aware isn't quite so content aware. Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
I was recutting your logo because when you gave me a while back had that green border around the circle. I wanted just the circle. I was making do with what I had, man. Come on. Harry, when you get the time, if you can get me a clean circle thingy, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, totally. I have a few.
All right. But yeah, I mean, so JP Rex, the only thing I would nitpick on is the lightsaber effect. That you get that hard line there. I don't 100% ever get it right either, but I think the saber plugins that the Harry has made will probably help eliminate that if you want to look at that in the future. And all you have to do is subscribe to be a member. It's $2 a month. So, and plus you get the wallpapers every month. Although we haven't gone to the wallpapers for this month yet.
Not this month. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I have for this month. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later because look at now. This is where JP Rex is killing.
Okay.
This is.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Vader was good. But
yeah,
this is phenomenal.
Yeah, that angle is so. He's just like right up in your face, and the blue. Like it feels like you're really on a misty night, you know, and he's just jumping like it.
Yeah,
that's just so awesome.
the only thing that I would say is to, I guess, bring in a little bit more rim lights on the top, just to really emphasize that moonlight. That's the only thing, because you see a lot of that on the mouth there, and I like that. But there's nothing on the back, so I feel like there should be a little bit more on the back and the tail, also to really bring him out from the background as well.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be actually pretty appropriate because you got some kind of light source back here.
Mm-hmm. It looks like there's a light source coming from the top. You can kind of see between like the legs, like really harsh highlights there on the ground. I think, like right between the legs.
Well, this is shot in front of a monitor. If I'm going to hazard a guess, and this is some foreground stuff he's got here.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
So yeah, that would help sell the monitor shot if you can get that lighting to do that here. But really, it's not horrible. It's not something that would make or break it to the point where, like, you know, because right now this is still awesome, but it would just elevate it even further.
I agree.
Yeah. So, and then use that content aware fill we just talked about. Get rid of that shoulder joint, because that's how I roll.
Get rid of all those seams. Yeah.
Get rid of those seams. I do that all the time with that new content aware fill. I'll like circle that seam, be like,
this will work perfectly, by the way, with that. Yeah.
So I love doing that. Jared, what do you got?
No, I think that was the best thing I would think of too, is a little bit more of that rim light.
Yeah,
for sure. But no, this shot is epic. I love that angle.
Composition is
right
great.
Up in your
Angle
face.
is great. Yeah.
Well, we have a request from one of our viewers.
App's every single time.
We'd like to see what our t-shirts are wearing, so I'll go first in case Jared's not comfortable. Let me move.
Nice. Oh, Zombie Wars. He's holding a brain.
Holding a brain.
Awesome. Bats back there.
Yeah.
And they got headless.
Headless
C3PO.
Turn the right way. I don't know what's wrong with R2. He's just covered in blood.
He's bloody.
It's just bloody R2.
That's great. What a great shirt.
Yeah, that's a cool shirt.
I got this one from Fright Rags. It was a limited release.
Fright Rags.
Yes, they do a lot of horror-based stuff.
I'm wearing a King Shark.
King Shark, dude. I ordered that hot toy, man. I will get him eventually.
Oh, I
did.
I thought about doing that. But
he's a power pose.
He can only do this,
though,
right?
Yeah, it's more of a power pose if anything.
But he'll look phenomenal. So
he looks.
And he was great in the movie. I'm just wearing a super generic Hollister shirt.
Nice. Oh, we need to talk about your generic clothing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I always wear just like a regular T-shirt, nothing crazy. But yeah, that's me today.
Let's see here. Hold on. Where are we at here? Daniel, good morning from the land down under. Thanks, man. Good morning. How's the Australian world treating you?
Good morning.
How you guys get along without any batteries?
Oh, that's a thing. Yeah.
Too soon. Darth Matter. I need to learn this content aware trick. It's just shift backspace in Photoshop, man.
Yeah, just make a rough selection around whatever you want to kind of edit out, and then just
it is quite game changing.
Pablo would like a little more rim light and maybe spray some water in them.
Yeah,
do that.
A little bit of a drip.
A little drip. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
There's actually a drip package that I used from Video Copilot. They made slime drip package. I used it on Alien before to get the drip off the mouth, and it worked out really well. So Photoshop wise, it's play with it and you can get it to work. I've tried to paint it in and stuff. I just never got to look right, but that pack worked all right for what I was doing. 1.6 shooter, I like it. The shape is definitely by the backlight. Is defined. The shape is defined by the backlight.
Yeah. So, there's a little bit in there. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to. Oh, he just likes to tag me for his reels. He's not partaking.
Did he actually drop him in frame?
Well, he dropped him and did an edit somewhere, but this is not why we're here.
That's so like I would have totally if I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this, I would have ended up watching this like 16 times.
I'm watching the replay right now, and it's not part of the show, but we're not moving on either.
Yeah, whatever he was going for was accomplished for me. Yeah. And I'm just like,
love J. Cool. Yeah, he's a great guy.
He is a great guy, man. He's a great guy. All right, here we go. Nomad figured he was on our show last week, man. He's got the NECA this is the Enforcer. I'm glad he put that there because I couldn't remember the name of it. Enforcer Predator. Okay, 1.6 shooters still talking about the dinosaur. He says could be a little bit of highlight on the left. Yeah, the little bit of higher highlight that matched that blue that was back there. Yeah, that would definitely make sense. But as far as Nomad goes, man, Nomad is just very straightforward shot here. Real clean.
Mhm.
You know, he's got a little bit of bounce on this side here. I wouldn't say it's a full light source, but his main light source I think is gonna be on this side here and just bouncing it off on this side is what it looks like to me. What do you think, Jared?
No, I think it's clean, it's crisp, and the lighting looks great, and you can all the details of the figure look fantastic. I think, and this is another probably just a personal preference thing. I would love if he was in some type of somewhat more of an interesting pose. And maybe he is, and I just can't see it. But yeah, just to give it a little more personality to him, a little bit. But no, other than that, that's beautiful.
Harry, what you got? Are you going to say the famous words that we all know and love?
Rim lights. I'm just kidding.
That's where I was going to go. At least if you want to say it. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I think it could use some rim lights, especially around the shoulder area.
Shoulders, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of losing that in the background a little bit. But other than
Here on
that,
this side here.
yeah. But other than that, I think it's just a good portrait shot with soft lighting. I like the soft lighting. And I'm getting massive shredder vibe, so that's really cool.
It is giving a little true
Yeah, me
love,
too.
isn't it?
Right? Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I was
still a
gonna
good
go.
shot.
Yeah, I was gonna go with what Harry said. You know, just kind of bring out the highlight here on the in between here, just kind of bringing this out because it's getting lost in the background. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can do a little rim light, just hit a light on the back of them, or I'm famous for this. Is like what I started out doing is just using this for backgrounds. You know, just a fine mist of this or any other kind of aerosol or
Totally.
or smoke just in the background and just have a light shining through that. Make a nice gradient background. Just makes it more interesting and it'll pull him out of that black a little bit more. So, so he doesn't get kind of lost in this corner. But other than that, great shot.
I feel like a lot of people are kind of afraid to put their lights like in the back because they feel like it's in frame and they can't edit that out. So I feel like they're usually kind of afraid of that.
You don't have to edit it out. You can just go behind and above.
Yeah,
them,
you can go behind above a little bit too.
Yeah, that's usually what I do. Go behind and above, or behind and above.
Or set it on the table pointing up, and then do the log effect, and that'll light up all that stuff too.
Yep.
Whatever, just something to bounce some light off of that back side, so it just pulls them off of that black. Yeah, that's where I'm at there. What do we got here? This 616 photo. Now, see, he's got the Berserker with the helmet, and this is from Fugitive Predator Customs, as I mentioned earlier. He was one of the people that I know make this stuff. Actually, he's got a custom head sculpt of City. I'm gonna go over to his thing real quick. This is tangent. I'm sorry.
City Predator.
City Hunter Predator.
City
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
What? No, I was gonna say he's got post. Look at this custom head sculpt he's making.
Wow.
I look at he's got the mandibles right, which weren't right on the Hot Toys one. And I'm ordering these mandibles for him.
Wow.
I need to learn how to paint.
But I don't know if I want him to do my whole head sculpt like this though, even though he can. I don't know if I'd want to get a secondary head if I did that. But the mandibles are great. I'm sorry, tangent. But he makes a custom. This is a custom Hot Toy Guardian because they never did a 2.0 of this. So he takes he finds older Hot Toys bodies and repurposes them.
That's so impressive.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to this. 616 photos, man. Here we got Berserker dressed up as the Pharaoh Predator from the new movie Prey. Harry.
So first off, I feel like this looks like he maybe edited the background in, so this is not in front of a monitor, or this is not outdoor, so it looks like it's composited. And the only thing that stands out to me is the kind of purple light on his body doesn't really match the background. The mask does. When you look at the mask, it's got the right tint of blue, but then on the body, I feel like it's a little bit
Well,
too
the body's got
purple.
some red in it, which might be why it's coming off
That
as
might be
purple with that
why,
light.
but it's also on like all the armor and stuff too. So I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first thing that stood out to me. And then it might just be a little bit too dark, a tad bit too dark. Rim lights. There's some rim lights in there. Yeah.
Well, rim light, you just again with that light source, the upper bit, it could be moonlight shining on his
yeah,
shoulder,
moonlight
stuff,
shining
bringing him out
down.
a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah, I was thinking too, like, wow, this is really dark, but and I feel like he was probably going for like, this is what you see if you turned your head, and there's the predator there lurking there in the dark, whatever, and that's what you see. And I totally can appreciate that, but at the same time, me thinking subjectively and thinking like, oh, it would be cool to have a little bit more light on on him, so I can see him a little bit. But I think it's awesome.
And it looks like the background might be like a daytime shot, and he just kind of edited to make it look like it's nighttime-ish.
So kind of like what they used to do in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's nighttime,
kinda
I
looked like
promise.
that. Yeah.
Light is really funny. It's a dusk, maybe. No, but I like what you're going for here, 616. But let me show you something here that's very similar in aesthetics, and maybe you can give you some. Come on, work with me. Why are you behind me? Here we go. So this one, this of course there's no monitor here. This is all like practical, but the figure is a bit more lit up here, which is what I was going for as far as what I was mentioning. You can still go for that dark look where he's kind of in there, but you can still bring light to it. One of the key things when I'm cutting this kind of, did I do a behind the scene? Yeah. Or is this Batman's behind the scenes? I don't remember. All right, so we got a blue gel light here at the top. It's got a blue gel in there. And here's grass. That's nice. Come on, move on. Stop. I just got in shots. I'm playing with all the
cool transitions. Wow.
That's cool.
All right, and so we got another blue gel diffused light in the behind him. So I got one in the front and one in the back. So we're doing mainly blue. I should have one white to cut it. Maybe that's no, dang it. Probably that snoot that was right there in the front. I can't back up, unfortunately. Maybe it'll show me. Yeah, see that one coming in here, right here. This is a white snoot pointing towards him, just to bring some white back into it to light him up, with some actual light that you're going to see. So that's how we're doing that. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but so we ran the white just to bring out this area a little bit more and bring it out of that blue, even though we got them surrounded by blue to kind of give you that nighttime feel and look to it. We just cut that through with a little bit of white to light up our actual figure so we can see it outside of just that blue spectrum. So,
and it looks natural. It looks like moonlight.
Yeah.
So that's if you're going for that, that would have lit him up pretty well if you did the whole blue on blue and then just the white that cut through that blue.
I think a good example is in the movie Prey itself. There were a lot of scenes like at night, like in the dark, but you can still see that everything is lit up perfectly. So I think that's a pretty good example.
Well, those are professional light guys, man.
Yeah. Hey, we can all be professional light guys. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, and the other one, that is very similar to that, and this, as far as what I did, as I mentioned earlier, was this one here. There is a white light. You can tell by this one little bit bouncing off here.
Yep.
Cutting through this just to a certain degree, but it's very light, and I think I got it bounced off of something, and it's just barely in there. And I do have a yellow back here to cut through his head, a warm one, I should say, not just yellow, but a warm gel on the back of his head here, just to kind of help, just kind of break it up a little bit. But yeah, so
I think I also did a predator shot that's very similar to this with the tracker predator. Yeah, it's the same concept. Yeah, it's a dark scene, but if you look at that shot that I did, it's really lit up like from everywhere. So
yeah, you gotta just play with the. It's hard to get a dark shot actually, which is weird because that's where I live. But it's hard to get it though and not be too
Going in the
dark.
dark.
So even though what I always use is blue to sell the darkness. Blue is a great color to sell the darkness. You watch any movie, it's nighttime,
Yes.
it's always blue out.
Yep.
And that's how they do it. They use the gels are blue, and then you cut that with whatever other colors you want to use to bring things out. So 98 Transformers. I don't know if did he just tag me to tag me, or is he tagged the hashtag? He tags me all the time, so I don't know. I think he's just tagging me to tag me. We can talk about it, but I don't really want to nitpick it too much because I don't think he's signed up for it. I don't see the hashtag. But this is a pretty cool shot, though. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I've personally never shot anything really this small. So like, and I think it's something, and so I would say that's impressive to be able to get, because it's hard with getting angles and stuff when you're dealing with something that small. But hey, 616, thanks a lot, man. I've been doing this a lot, trying to make it go out there.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it because I've been busy looking at Instagram. But now that I said it, I'm like, oh yeah, he's got the evil mustache.
Thanks.
Mustache.
But no, I think I would say there's a certain bit of respect right there, just being able to shoot something that small, because I've never done it.
And this is pretty great, man. I like it. There's something weird about this cutoff right here. It just seems like it seems like he's on a step. Oops, on a step or something. That cuts off there. But the way you could get around that is I don't know if he's here, but you can come in tighter to the car a little bit, like bring your foreground up to here, and then make this a shorter depth of field, so that this bokehs out and you don't get this heavy transition of this whatever the step is that's cutting off to that background. So then it would work. I think everything would work. So move this up a bit, and that way you can bring your depth of field, make that tighter, and bokeh it out that bit there. But we're gonna move on because he didn't actually hashtag me. So, and again, he didn't hashtag me. Stop it. Those wonderful toys. Here we go.
Wow.
Rock on, man. The Mezco. Is this the Mezco?
Yeah, nice. Mezco. I remember seeing this one. Figgy.
Well, go for it, Jared. Go for it.
Oh, I remember seeing this one of his, and this is a really, like, and he's got kind of a dark type of style, lots of dark, and I don't know, this just fits so nicely with that. And there's so much, there's a lot of storytelling in this photo. There's a lot of things that we can kind of guess what happened before this, like there's a lot of there's a lot to make our imaginations go, with this. And I like, it seems like there's like one light source coming from above. Maybe that's like a street lamp or something. So that fits so nicely. So I think it's a great shot.
All right. Well, we can't continue right now because apparently your mustache is taking over the stream. Pablo says, all right. Some holiday vibes from the Jarrett stash.
Thanks, Pablo. Thanks, man. You guys are making me feel I'm gonna feel so good at the rest of the night. Going like this all night and probably gonna get me nowhere, but that's okay.
Harry, let me jump into this one real quick before you come in here, because this is a perfect case of something I want to point out that might help some people, depending on what they want to achieve. I always go for that cinematic kind of look when I'm doing photography. I don't always nail it, but at least to some people's opinion, but to mine, I think I do pretty well. One thing I would say here, I like everything you got going on here, and this could work if this is what you want to go with. But instead of using a naturally white light, this gives me the feel that this is kind of a scene that you're setting up here. It comes like a play, like you want a well lit kind of play or whatever. It doesn't feel like it's cinematic enough. So what I would do to differentiate that is maybe cut either some blue or maybe some warm light in here. I'm not saying go full in on blue or warm. Keep that white that you got going on there, but also cut in some of that color, and it would help sell the moodiness. Because this is not even if this is a street light, street lights are not often this white. Like you're gonna have maybe a cut of a little bit of warmth to it or a little bit of coolness to it, and that's gonna help sell that whole mood. To make it, because again, this looks like you're watching like West Side Story or something. It's just a play on Broadway right now as far as the lighting goes. So if you want to make it more like an IMAX thing or Netflix, show or whatever. Just bring in that slight color to that light. Don't just go straight white if you can. That's just where I want to go. Harry, we can move on to you then, or if anybody else wants to follow it up.
I see what you're saying. Like my first thought when I saw this, I'm like, there's something about it that I can't quite pinpoint, and I think you kind of pinpointed correctly. It looks like it is like a set, and it's like a play. It kind of does look like that, and I think it is because of the white light. I don't know if making it blue might help too much. I feel like
Or
you just
warmer
have-
light. You can go cold or warm.
warm, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also just feel like for a scene like this, it just feels, even though it's messy, it feels a bit too clean, in my opinion. So you can throw in some smoke, some fog in there or something, I feel, to really, amp up that.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah.
I would never turn away from fog. Like I said, I mean, I was born on using this as my only source of kind of anything. So I'm all about adding some texture to the lighting and air, man. I'm all about it. Every one of my shots, I think, does that. So, yeah.
Me too.
But I'm glad you mentioned it because.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, play with the tones of your lights, and then also, of course, just put some texture in that air. Just.
But other
you
than
can
that,
buy
though,
like a little mister, like a $30 little humidifier that works great for something like this. Or if you vape or aerosol cans, the
aerosol can be a bit pricey, but it works.
Or do what I did, is just invest in a haze machine. So
that's probably the best investment. Yeah,
it was like 200 some odd bucks up front, but I ain't got to pay nothing else right now. I'm still in the first bottle of juice, so I'm good.
All right.
Yeah. Other than that, though, like this is a great shot. I love the setup. I love the angle. I love the foreground that's kind of bokeh'd out there. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. This is all great. It's just I would play with that lighting and maybe put some texture in the air, as he mentioned. It was something I was too busy focused on the lighting. I was gonna make sure I get that thought out. That Harry thankfully jumped in and filled in the blank of the texture in the air. Thank you, Harry.
Yeah, of course.
616. Now this is great. This is great.
Yeah.
This is what he does best, I think, right here.
Well, he did some great Star Wars stuff back in the day too.
He does, and it's the same style too. If you look at him.
Yeah. Real. He's able to sell a lot of emotion and I don't know, the tone or whatever, just from super close up stuff, which is so cool. And it's all with lighting and very slight pose tweaking, So, and here's another example. Plus action. That plus action in this one.
I love everything you're going here, but I think you have the tones backwards. That's the only thing I'm going to say. 616. Like you have this red light coming from this side. This side is the closer to that color, and then you have the embers on this side as well, which would have denoted that this side. These colors, this bluish green should be on this side, I think, and this should be on that side.
That is
other than that, it's phenomenal. I love it. You're using two complementary colors here, which is why everybody's so pleased with the color scheme of it as it is. I try to use these colors all the time as well. This is the most popular of the color wheel complementary colors. Your tealish blue / orange. So, yeah. Anybody else? I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't even notice that until you mentioned that. It's true.
Me neither.
The embers, I feel like should be camera left. The laser, I think you can get away with it because I don't think it emits too much.
It really casts a lot of light. No, but you do have the embers over here to also pull that.
Yeah, so the ember I feel like should be on the left. Yeah, and it also kind of just fills in the spaces as well. I feel like there's a lot happening on the camera right. You get the laser, you have the gun, but on the left there's not much going on. So I feel like adding the ember there, I feel like would have balanced everything out.
Yeah, the embers, yeah, they definitely need to be there because you had so much of that negative space there.
Yeah,
but it does kind of denote what color probably should have been on this side of the face, which is sad because if it wasn't there and you didn't have that negative space there, the colors work the way they are. But the story is saying that side should be orange.
Yeah,
that's the only problem. Is the story is telling you, hey, your colors
still
are
great
light. But no, it is great writing. If that wasn't the case, if the story has to be there, like I said, you get this empty space otherwise. It's kind of and it happens to the best of us. We all, just some little faux pas that happens. It can happen, but it looks beautiful. And apparently, I'm the only one who noticed it. So don't be too upset. Don't beat yourself up too much.
Yeah.
Jarrett, who's Mr. Awesome, Harry, who's Mr. Awesome. I'm the one with the 800 followers, and so don't.
That's that's a little different.
I was trying to make him feel better, Harry. Don't pull it away. All right.
I can already tell that who this is. Yeah.
This is the Hot Toys Nightmare Batman.
Nightmare Batman.
Oh yeah, I just got him in the mail.
Do a lot of Hot Toys.
Oh, you got him in the mail. Did you get the 2-pack, Jared?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh.
So cool.
Yeah, I had to. It was like, because I don't do Hot Toy a whole lot. I get them just to have them. I don't shoot them really so much. But I'm a huge fan of the Snyder movies in general, and this is my favorite bat suit ever. So I was like, I need to have this.
Well, when you do shoot some Hot Toys, make sure you tag me because I want to see what you do with them.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, but every once in a while.
Yeah, because the algorithm doesn't always show you my feed. I have to make sure to go to following sometimes, and I don't always do that. Sometimes I'm like, I gotta concentrate on the toilet and not hit the following button. I just keep scrolling. I'm old. I gotta concentrate when I'm doing things. TMI. Moving on. But no, this is cool. I'm glad you got this guy.
Yeah, lighting is. I think it's perfect on here. He matches the background so nice, so perfectly.
Yeah, he's even enveloping the figure into the lighting here with the highlights on the arms.
It matches
the light wrapping.
So every little bit, like right along the left arm, like you had it there, it matches that like big explosion thing going over there. So yeah.
And I'm also just biased because this is my favorite suit ever.
Me too.
Not the Nightmare version per se, but just Batfleck.
Yeah,
I love that. I just went out the other day and got this guy. This is my freaking grail that I've been searching for so long, but I got him for a pretty good deal. Shout out to Mr. Lord Bev. But
okay, yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he sold this to me, and I can't be happier.
Is that the BVS one?
This is the BVS version. This is my favorite version. Yeah,
and
just the suit.
Oh yeah, me too. I love that thick neck.
Yeah, he's so
I love that
beefy.
Thick neck.
I love that so much. Yeah, my favorite. This is my favorite version of Batman.
That whole suit is just trying to emulate this guy. I'm just saying.
I mean,
it totally is.
This is the Dark Knight
You're
Returns,
right.
So yeah.
Get down to the symbol on the chest and everything.
Yes,
yeah,
get down to the brass tacks, man. This is the real version of that Batman.
Sure. That is a great custom, though. I gotta say, beautiful custom.
I should hope so for how much he is, man. He's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as the shot goes, this shot is fantastic. Blends perfectly. I would say the only thing I would love to see is if I got a little more of because he looks like he's in like kind of just like a badass walking pose, and I would love to see a little more of that. But doesn't take away from anything he's done. I would just love to see more.
Yeah.
My critique on this is, like I said, he's got the lighting, so all that's working. I think what he needs is that texture layer that I was mentioning earlier when you're doing something.
Yeah, a little bit could help. Yeah.
Because the monitor, his background's got a texture to it that's not on the figure.
Yes.
So if you can't match the texture, add just a particle effects or something. Just kind of bring it in and make your own texture that kind of goes over the whole thing, and that may help sell it. You'll have to play around with that texture, but that's the one thing that's pulling my eye off from being this just like epic. Is just like this has got a texture and he doesn't.
Yeah, because in the scene, I think it was pretty dusty. Yeah, in the movie.
So. Yeah, it's a great shot though. Great lighting choices on him and everything else, man. I'm loving that.
He does a lot of. I'm on his page now on mine. He does a lot of DC Snyder stuff.
A lot of Zack Snyder stuff, which I'm always into.
Loving it.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, this is new. R3 toys, man.
R3 toys. Okay.
Awesome.
I think this is edited. I think it's just the regular Scout Trooper that he edited to make him look green.
Oh,
and
cool. I was
camo.
gonna
Yeah,
say this custom
think-
is awesome, but
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's edited. Yeah.
Are you
If
sure
go
about
one
that?
more, I think if you go one more. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look at that!
Yep.
That's
Sneaky,
impressive.
sneaky, R3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks so
very
great too. Like the camel on the pants.
Yeah.
That looks so
Even in the
real.
daylight. Looks even
Yeah.
better in the daylight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great job with that compositing there.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
really
Moss was
impressive.
like, "Are you sure about that?" I'm like, "I'm not crazy."
If it was just the armor, I would have been like, obviously that was edited because that green is just kind of a off green.
Yeah.
But the camo is where he loses me.
Camo's
Wow, that's
perfect.
edited. Ooh.
Yeah, that's super impressive.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know the first thing about
Mhm.
trying to do that.
As far as matching
Yeah,
him to the
somehow that-
scene, this light is not matching the tone of this light.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the dullness of the green, but it's also this is a too smooth of an edge. It looks like it's been painted with Photoshop and not
Right,
not
a little
necessarily-
bit.
Yeah. And you get that highlight on the shirt, like the undershirt itself. But yeah, you're not
Mhm.
getting that on the armor. It's a little weird.
Yeah, that's just a weird. Maybe it could be all on camera. I don't know, but it just seems off. And then I would lit up his face with a bounce card or something, just something to bring that. I think it was just what it needs is actually a bounce card on this side, just kind of bouncing off light on this side.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That would help a lot of his stuff
Mhm.
here.
But
But
let's not detract from your his editing skills here, because
No, I'm not
on
trying to.
point.
distract you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, background is from Adobe stock, so man,
Okay.
that's expensive.
nice.
I don't pay for Adobe stock.
Okay.
It's like you got to pay per usage or something. It's pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
Oh God.
I've only used it once, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Nope. That's it.
I'm
This
like,
much
dude, I
per
don't get
thing?
paid for my work, man. Why do I need to pay for your background
true.
stuff, man? And I was subscribed to Envato for like a while, but their photography stuff is garbage. Like, I want to grab a background for them, and I can never find anything I can use, man. It's always just. I think I wanted just some dunes, some like desert dunes, and it like all of it had like it was like vacation photos out on a beach or something. I was like, why are there people in here? Why isn't this just a stock photo of a desert? Why that's what I want. Why am I paying for this? So I canceled that.
That's
So
annoying.
This is infuriating.
I think Star Wars Battlefront 2 would have been perfect for that. If you just go in the game, go into either Kashyyyk or Endor map, just throw that on there, and yep, it's perfect.
Definitely.
Dude, I'm gonna be going all video games. Like, I think any of my outdoor stuff right now. I think I'm gonna bring up Horizon Forbidden West and just because I got deserts, I got everything I could want. Deserts, I got snowy mountains, I got hell. I can even go into water now. So
Yep.
it's gonna be
You
awesome.
get that
But
game. You need to get a PS5.
it's awesome, dude. We just got a PS5 a few weeks ago, man.
Yep.
I love it.
Sweet.
QNR 52, man. We got the Hot Toys Mysterio.
So shiny.
Yeah.
Oh, so photogenic.
He's got a light up helmet, so yeah. It works out
What a
pretty
cool
well.
Pick this
figure.
guy up. Yeah, this figure is really cool. Really wanted to pick him up.
Oh, Pablo, we're not showing up on my Instagram at all, huh? Message me and we'll pull him out of there, all right, buddy? Sorry about that.
Instagram.
Ugh.
is
Sideshow commented on the picture. That's awesome.
I think they have a
Hey.
machine that does that, but that is awesome. I know I felt very proud when I first got one of those, but then but when they do take them and use them, it's a bitch to find them because it just goes into this weird like blog
Yeah.
customer gallery, and there's no way to search for any of your stuff to be like, let me see how
Yeah.
that looks.
They don't
Ah,
have the
okay.
best way to showcase the gallery. It's a little,
Yeah,
little
that
wonky.
thing sucks.
Yeah.
And it's not in any kind of chronological order, like as to when they got it
Yeah.
either. So it's just
Just
like
super random. Yeah.
as far as the shot goes, man, his armor here is lit up really well, but I feel like his helmet should be casting some more light on his cape.
Yeah.
Bringing that
Could be a
out.
little bit more blue there. Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think the lighting and everything is on
Yeah.
point. And I would have just loved to have seen just a little more I don't know, maybe with some, an interesting pose or something that I can see him doing. Like one of my favorite things with toy photography is obviously making this stuff look cool, but seeing what they're doing in the photo and like making
I
you think
get you.
about that. So I would have loved to see, even if it's just like some cool posing, that's enough to do it for me. And I
Even
think
if
that
he's
would have
picking
been
his
awesome
nose.
in this. What'd you say?
I said, even if he's picking his nose.
Yeah.
The irony,
His
considering he
helmet.
doesn't have a nose.
Yeah.
I agree with you. He is kind of just, I don't know what he's doing, but it kind of reminds me of like, he took the figure out of the box and he's not really posed at all or something. Just because there is no like context that he's in.
Yeah.
He's just kind of there. But Harry, you got anything for me?
I think this is one of the instances where having just a dark black background actually works for the shot. That's my first thing. And secondly, I agree with Jared. I feel like the posing should be a little bit more defined, I guess, because right now you can't really tell what he's doing. So I think this would be a perfect shot for him to do some sort of magic stuff. Like since he's already got some green glow. Yeah, he's got some green glow on his armor already. So I feel like just having the magic effects would have been really useful in this situation.
I think what you could do, Quainar, if you have such ability, I know you're working with limited light here, but if you had a light that you could put a green gel on, and you could put that behind him pointing up and then add some of that textured aerosol, something.
Yeah.
And that would have sold the whole green for everything and brought him a little bit off of that black, which I know Harry likes, but I think it needs to be just something needs to pull it out of there. But I think if you could light up some green smoke all around him with some kind of aerosol or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. That would be
awesome.
nice.
So and that would sell that green on his armor. So
yeah, and I think the reason why I think the black background works because he's got the rim lights in there. So
yeah,
like,
he is pulled off that background some. So yeah, he is. But what bothers me with it is with the black is it's so much black and there's nothing like this should be emitting some light.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
So if that was brought out, I wouldn't mind the black so much. But the fact that you just got this small line, this smidge of a line going, and that's it. Yeah. There's different opinions here. So yeah. I know Jarrett, you said you'd take off around 7:30. Are you need to take off? You in a minute or so? Or?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, that's just that Black Adam shot. I'm just seeing that now.
Yeah,
I'm looking
let's
do
that.
that.
Really can we click on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Darth Matter art, man.
Darth Matter.
All right, Jarrett, you want to jump into it?
I mean that it catches. It's very eye catching. The yellow and the dark. It's super nice. So like the yellow you have coming off of the chest, complemented by the yellow coming up from the side there, looks really cool. And he's got a very dark hood, but he's got a little bit of that rim light to make his dark hood pop against the dark background, which complements very, very nice. So heck yeah, this that's definitely something that if I was scrolling, that would make me like stop and be like, whoa, like it's very eye catching.
Right, this is really,
I saw him. He did a BTS and when I was on my feed earlier, so I was like, that's why I went to his thing and grabbed it because it's not on his carousel.
Right.
He did a real
cool fog tube
really selling me to get a haze machine here. Look at that.
Yeah, it's so thick.
It's so cool.
And it stays nice and
I need to set up a funnel for mine so it actually does this kind of stuff because right now I still haven't done that.
Yeah, I can't just keep vaping anymore. Like it just hurts my throat. Yeah.
It does, right? That's why I bought the haze machine.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with it. Joseph, he's just cool.
Cool.
And
Earthman, man, dude, this
little bit of light on his
working.
nose too.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed that too. There's a little bit of light right on his nose and his mouth. That's a nice little.
Yeah, how are you catching that light? I didn't see that in the BTS.
Is some on the right or something? Camera right?
Was it from this? Maybe because we're not seeing where that's pointed. We just know there's a loom cube.
There's a little bit. Yeah, there's something coming from the camera right there.
Yeah, it might be that loom cube that he showed us a little bit.
Yeah. Snooted cube.
Snoochie boochies. No, that's not where I want to go. There we go. That's
all over the place.
But dude, you're selling me like big time on this. If I were to do anything different though, is I would slow down the shutter a little bit more. So this would be a little bit.
Milky.
I like the soupier. I like the soupier look of the fog.
See, I'm the complete opposite. I love how it's crisp and you get each little like.
Interesting.
See, like I enjoy that. So that was in my mind that's I like that.
Yeah, so that just comes down to preference, I think.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the swoopy too. I understand
Yeah.
what one would you prefer.
Yeah, I mean, they each got their place. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just like here how he, because this camera is caught, like more of the foggy or soupiness.
Yeah.
Really like that too. So it's kind of I don't know. Could have done a shot of each way and put it in the carousel. Just that kind of deal. But when you do slow down the shutter, your picture in general can be brighter. So you would have to dim down your
Change
lights
stuff.
more.
Right, that's what he was saying.
I love it either way though. This shot is awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
It's beautiful.
Totally eye-catching.
616, man. We'll go over that here after Jarrett goes. I don't want to hold him up any longer.
Yeah, you guys.
anything
Thanks so
else
much
you wanna-
for having me. Oh, that T-Rex and Link shot. Oh man, I'm gonna be missing so many. That is so cool.
Oh wow.
It's like under a waterfall, like poking his nose out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Ian, this is
That is really
phenomenal,
sick.
dude. Wow.
Yeah, this is.
We're not letting Jarrett leave, man. Every time he's about to say, "Oh, I want to talk about this one later" or something.
Click on it. What I'm doing is anytime I see somebody I'm not already following, I'm going in and pulling them up and giving them a follow. So
yeah. But Ian, this I don't have anything negative to say about this at all, dude.
Yeah,
there's
that's
nothing
so
I could
awesome.
point out on this to be like, it needs to be done. I mean, you got texture in here, everything's brought out, like all your subjects are pulled out enough from the background, but not like so much so that man, it's just awesome. It was it's just
I
good.
agree.
Ooh, look at that.
So cool.
Such a great job, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's peeing on it or something.
Yep. So all it takes is just a little bloop.
Bloop, bloop.
Sounds like my old man taking a leak. Sorry, a little Goonies reference.
A little before my time, I think.
You need to go back and watch Goonies right now. Well, after this video.
Right now.
Goonies is before my time
A
too, but
movie
it's
you
a
shouldn't have
great
gone through life
Yeah.
without seeing. I'm just saying. All right,
at some
but
point.
Jared, I don't want to hold you up. We'll let you. What do you got coming up this? Here, Jared, so we can pitch any of your stuff here.
Nothing super mega crazy. I plan on putting out a YouTube video this weekend. I'm gonna be filming tomorrow.
Cool.
Just gonna. I think I'm planning on doing a tutorial about focus and trying to get crispness because that's people always like, how do I get that crispy photo? So I'm gonna try and do my best and make a video. So that'll be hopefully this Sunday.
Awesome.
Well, shutter speed helps a lot with crispiness, even if you're not on a tripod or if you are on a tripod, in my opinion.
For sure. Yeah, there's a whole
you
lot.
can- If you can run the faster shutter, you get a crispier shot, even on a tripod. But
There
who
you go.
likes to run fast shutters? We all like to use small here.
I love that fast shutter.
I know you do, man. You get the water splotches and all that stuff, man. You're living on it. Jarrett, man, I'm so glad you made it here for the 30th episode. I really appreciate you coming in here.
Thanks for having
I'd
me.
love to have you
Thank you
back
so
at
much.
some point. We're going to shoot for episode 52. If sooner, though, if you want to come in, that's great too. But I do want
Sounds
to shoot
good.
for that 52 because that's a year. It'll be a straight year from the first show and your first time here. So
Sounds good.
that'd be awesome.
Sounds amazing.
All right, man.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
great.
yourself.
Great to talk to you guys. Thanks everyone in the
thanks,
live chat.
Jared.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming by, Jarrett. Thanks a ton.
See you,
Take it
man.
easy.
Honor. Yeah. Thank you.
We're still going to keep going, though. We got a little bit of time, but Jarrett, thank you
That's
again
awesome.
for coming in.
Such a great guy.
Such a great guy. Let's see here. Did we touch on this Batman? That's
L.Z
2 days
again.
ago.
You can just tell.
L.Z. Again, you're nailing the lighting, L, but you have grain in the background that you need to incorporate into your foreground to match that, to just make it part of that scene. This is a little better though because this is bokeh out so far.
Yeah.
I think it's a little better than your first one, but I would still get some kind of texture going on there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the problems when you shoot with a monitor. Sometimes you catch all the little like dirt and grime and things on your screen that you don't want there, and it looks like you have like a bunch of like grain on it, but it's just a screen. Yeah, so that's one problem. So yeah, I would try and maybe just duplicate the layer, throw a bunch of grain on there, and then just mask out the background. And then just paint the grain on him to kind of match the background. I think that would have worked.
Yeah, that would work out really well.
Yeah.
Use that masking tool to your advantage.
Mhm.
Let me take a sidebar here real quick. 616 was asking about these poster frames.
Oh, yeah.
He says, Moz, can you show me how your digital frames behind you? They're not digital frames. They are light up frames with actual movie posters in them. So all they are is, as you see, there's a there we go.
Yep.
There's a power cord right there. So it plugs into the wall, and it's got light in there. So plug in the wall, light.
Yeah, just LEDs in there, I assume.
Light. They are LED lights, so they do last a good while. And there's a switch there too. But if I were to tell my sentient being here in the room to turn on or off that device, it's already, that's how it rocks and rolls. But you know, just saying.
Very
So
cool.
I didn't mean to ignore your question, 616, but there you go. It's not an LED. It doesn't change around. If I want to change my posters, I go upstairs to my room where I have about 100 and some odd movie posters, and I come and swap them out. That's what I do with the posters.
I wonder if
I
they
have so many
like,
because I used to manage a movie theater. So
I wonder if
but,
if they do have digital frames like that when you can just
they
change it. to
do, they do,
around
but you know, they're expensive. This is
yeah,
these
yeah, you would
were
think.
200 and something a piece,
Dang.
but I only bought one.
Oh, you got the other one.
The first one they sent me the power supply, which is just something I could order on Amazon, but that was bad. So instead of just sending me a new power supply and asking for this, I want them back, they just sent me a whole new one. And I was like, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah,
I'll go to Amazon and buy a power supply. Two poster
Yeah,
frames.
can't complain about that.
No, can't complain.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pablo, beautiful shot. Love the lighting and setup. Yeah, he was sorry with his comments.
Is that the what shot was that?
probably the Black Adam.
Yeah, I think it's the Black Adam one.
Dude, Dave, man, you guys, sorry late to the show.
David,
if you want to pop in here, if you're on, man, I'll send you a link. I just now saw this though. It's like 5 or 6 minutes ago. We were going over some of your stuff though, buddy. Let me go back to Darth here.
Bashing your stuff, David.
Try to slow it down and fall off. It was If you're gonna slow down, you got to take some light away if you're gonna slow down that shutter anymore, man.
Yeah.
Or bump your ISO down depending on what it's set to.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's that. Joseph, there's my Normax foot. Normax. Oh, here.
Go back.
Is that Normax? All right, we're getting to him. There's wonderful toys. Evening, everyone. Damn, I arrived late, huh? Work always gets in the way. Yeah, we were talking about your shot. I can't remember which one it was now. Was it this one? Yes. So you want to rewind, but we were talking about that shot. So come back and take a look at it. I think I touched on some key elements there between Harry and I. We definitely touched on some stuff to really up that game.
Mm-hmm.
616, Jared is a master at incorporating liquids, and he is, man.
Oh,
Jared,
yes.
And good night, Jared. Yeah, hopefully he saw that. And yeah, that's Jared's stash stuff. We can skip that. Let's see. I'm bummed I couldn't make it on the stream. Dude, I'm bummed.
Yeah.
And then thanking Jared for being here. 616, plug light directions unclear. It's digital. The ones I was thinking of are like 500 plus by Netgear. No, I don't have that. These are just frames. So I have to replace the poster manually. I'm sorry to disillusion you like that and make you question all of reality because you thought they were cooler. But Nomad, man, this is the Alpha Predator. He was doing this with a collaboration with
it's just us right now, by the way. Moz.
Huh?
It's just us right now. We're not looking at any photos.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. Nomad. So this was a collaboration he did with Killer Cutter and 616 Photos.
Oh yeah. I saw these. Man,
that's
they're so good.
Wait, that's 616, I believe, and then that. Oh wait, yeah, 616.
Yes.
The Kill Cutter was. Oh, wait, there's Kill Cutter. That's awesome.
Yeah,
too.
that's Kill Cutter. Oh my god, what a
Nomad, man. I love you, but the lighting is great on this, but the pose on him is weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
That's all I'm going to say about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think the lighting is so good that it's just selling me on whatever pose that he's in. Like you get the beautiful rim light camera left there, and you have beautiful orange coming in. Yeah, so I think lighting is perfect for this.
Yeah, the lighting is great on this. What I think what needs to happen though is this staff. I don't think his hand allows this, which is a limitation of the NECA figure. But this staff, I think the butt end needs to be out more this way.
Oh, okay.
Here, so it points more vertical or backwards because that would make more sense the way he's standing. And then also, I don't like this hand being out because these downward blades here make them. It just makes the whole pose look weird. The way those blades are pointing down. I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying with that, or
I do see what you're saying with that a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Just it makes the whole ergonomics or whatever the word is of his pose just look weird with the way that is. I would have brought this arm down by his side and just had the claws like just kind of poking out, just kind of down. Like I'm going to stand up and show you here real quick. If I can find my mouse, so I can. Come on, mouse. Where are you? There you go. Move Dockinator real quick. So just kind of down that way. You know, I would have gone more that traditional and get a profile view of those blades on the side. I think that would have sold that a little better personally on that. So those are my 2 cents worth. But as you mentioned, the light and the effects here are great. So just the pose I think needs a little.
But yeah, I can kind of see that. I feel like just having him be in like a simple power pose, like stomp, the ground with his staff thingy. I think that would have looked cool too. Yeah, it looks like he's just kind of, a little bit. Yeah.
Alpha is tricky to pose. But I like him. He photographs so well. Let me refresh this real quick.
Amazing.
Amazing
collab, guys.
Dockinator said he posted, and let me see. Oh wait, was this Dockinator? No, that's the Star Wars. Here he is cutting the line. I'm gonna like that real quick. So the Star Wars photographer, man, real clean shot of K2SO, or is the Imperial version? I don't know.
Is it just me, or is he a little out of focus?
A little bit. He's
right?
a little blurrier. One of the things you need to work on, not Star Wars photographer in general, but in general, guys, though, what you need to do to help with your focusing, if your camera can't autofocus for whatever reason, I know like my 100mm lens the autofocus doesn't work on that at all, and I think it's because of my adapter. It doesn't allow it to communicate, so I have to manual focus with that all the time. But the nice thing is, even though I got poor eyesight and I can't really see through the viewfinder, and I have to use that little screen, one of the great things is I got a little magnifying glass button there. Some cameras you actually have to edit and like go through the menu and set that up, but on the Canons you just hit the magnifying glass and it'll zoom in the screen to whatever area you want to see, and then you can adjust your focus accordingly. And I can do that twice with the little magnifying, so I can get even closer, and I can move it around, just using my mouse like I'm using on a phone or whatever, just my finger, and just kind of move it around to where I want to see at. So if I'm focusing on a character's face, I can put it right there at the face and then start playing with the focus left to right and find that tight focus, to make it just more solid. Otherwise, though, if autofocus does work, man, use it. And don't be afraid to use that zoom feature if you can find it on your camera. Get to know your camera to find that, because each individual manufacturer is different. But use that zoom feature to help with that focus, to make sure you got the focus you need it. Because this guy here is a little out of focus. I don't know. You might have been using a handheld, which could cause it. You might have, So if that's the problem, get a tripod. You can get the cheapest one. On Amazon is like $15. It's a good starter one. It's not one I would stay with. I don't really like it. I have one, but I didn't stay with it. But it can get you started for those kind of things. So just things to know with the focusing there, guys. It was handheld. Emerson, hey man.
It was handheld. Wow. Okay.
All right. So handheld. If you're going to shoot handheld, you need to make sure your shutter speed's fast enough to compensate for that movement. I don't know. I don't shoot a lot of handheld. You do video, so you're useless. Too.
Yeah, I'm on a tripod. Yeah.
You want to make sure you're running. I think it's a 1/250. I think handheld is where you want to be at.
Yes.
Yes. I think that's where it's going to be at. But yeah. Paul, man, he says my Canon is ×5 and ×10 zoom, which is excellent to use if manually focusing. Yeah, exactly, man. So those are great things to have available to you. And he says,
it's broken. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a pretty nice shot, man. Just you didn't quite get him in focus.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons, it sounds like handheld, but just something to work on for next time is get that. Make sure that focus is in there because most shots it kind of matters. Some shots, though, depending on the scene, it might be a reason he's not in focus. So, yeah, just kind of play it by ear. But this shot, it kind of says he needs to be in focus. Otherwise, it's a great shot. The lighting's on him pretty good.
Yeah.
Background works for it, and I think it's because you added. I see you get some texture here, some film grain / dust texture. So that's helped merging him with that background, which is awesome. Because I'm sure that's not on the background. I'm sure that's something you put on top of it to help sell that. That's what I would have done. So it worked out really well there. Thank you so much, Emerson, for sharing that, man. Every week, man, we go over these shots. So you got anything else we want to talk about next week? Don't forget. Dude, Rippic Tan with this.
Rippic Tan again.
Man, this diorama, he just kills it. Every time he posts, he uses the same diorama.
Yeah, same setup too as the last shot with Luke.
I mean, look at this, man. Look at this. This is just phenomenal, dude.
I'm so jealous of this setup that he has.
Like, this is just the EPS foam diorama he's built. And he puts it out there and he points the sun directly into it to do his lighting for him. And he puts some bounce cards in there. I mean, it's just awesome work. And then, of course, the aerosol can sprays.
Yep.
Just phenomenal stuff here, man. Always
Rippic, sir. Master at work here.
I love your perspective. Your depth of field here is great. This is my favorite shot, though. You got that haze casting on him. I mean, I'm pointing with my hand. You can't see that, but casting on him. And so all of this, it sells it because you got the haze on him and the depth of field, and it just helps sell that depth so well. And the fact that he's out of that haze, it just looks like light rays instead of actual haze at this point.
Yeah.
Which is so. Rippic, I have nothing more to teach you.
Yeah, nothing to say. Like this guy, master at work here, guys. Rippic Tan, sir.
Move along. This is awesome stuff, man. I love it. All right. We got Groot. Then we're going to move on to that.
I saw this shot, actually.
AL.Z with the Groot.
Man, this looks like a render to me. I don't know what he did with the lighting, but it looks like a CGI render. It's awesome.
A Hot Toys Groot. He's got his light source over here and towards the front a bit, and it's pointing towards the camera to give you that flare, I think. But I think he's on a background of some sort. I don't think he's outside.
Yeah, I think that's background.
Yeah, this is perfect, though. This is perfect. I mean, I only point out that he's on a background and stuff just because that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. But I can't really tell. I'm just kind of spitballing.
I think it's on the background. But this just looks like a shot straight up from the show. From the short episodes, and it's I don't know what he did here, but it looks really.
This would have been a great candidate though for your widescreen effect, but you would have to pull out some with his
a little bit,
more him in the frame.
Yeah, you're losing some of the head.
I mean, you can afford to lose some of the head, but you can't cut off the hand because you need him reaching towards the camera. So but and in order to keep that hand, you would cut too far down here in the head. So you'd need to come out a little.
You lose a little bit of a head.
What I tend to do when I'm doing these now, when I'm resizing for that wide frame, that letterbox, is sometimes because you can't resize the picture right to get it in there because then it brings in the whole. If you keep the aspect and you're trying to resize it, you're losing, the width of it on top of the height, so that doesn't work always. So what I do sometimes, instead of resizing it, is I'll make in Photoshop when I'm about to add the letterboxes, I'll make a duplicate of the initial photo. So make a duplicate layer so you can move it around, and that way I put the letterbox on top of that, and then I kind of drag the photo up and down a little bit to kind of fit where I want. Still fit within that letterbox, but without the hazards of resizing and losing proportions that need to be in that scene. My Batman one that I did is a perfect example of that. Because this one, I actually scooched it. I can't remember if it was up or down now, but I scooched it either up or down. I think I scooched it down. So yeah, I just made a duplicate of the actual photo and then just
Okay.
was able to move it within the lightbox.
And also, I just
So
noticed this shot. It's that's from like the love tunnel, right? When he
oh, you talking about mine?
yeah,
That's what I
yeah,
was trying to recreate. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah. I didn't
I
get
can
his
see this.
pose
What
though
the heck?
right, and it's
Great
pissing me off
shot.
now. The Joker's face is actually supposed to be pointing towards the camera, so I have to beef that up.
Mm,
But thank you. That
yeah,
was today's post.
yeah. I didn't see that yet.
All right, here we go, man. Green Man, you want to go in the AU Noir Max, so go for it,
Very
Harry. What do you
interesting
got?
shot.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think again it's a little out of focus, but I feel like that was done on purpose. I'm not sure,
Possibly.
but yeah, there's just something about this shot. It's kind of creepy, kind of grungy. Yeah, very harsh lighting. One light coming from the top there, overhead lighting. Yeah, for some reason why I really like this shot.
Yeah, I'm curious to figure out if that grain is because of ISO might be up too high, or if he's actually incorporating that afterwards. Because a lot of his
Yeah, I'm
shots that
not
I was looking
sure.
at earlier, he tagged me in
Hmm.
a bunch of his shots.
Hmm.
Um, they were all had that grain to it, and I kind of had the impression that his ISO was up too high. Let me go find one
Okay.
of his other shots. He's tagged me in a few of them. They might just be in the. They might not be here. They might be showing up funny. Hold on. I know he tagged me in a few of them. What was this? No, no. Well, there's Dean's post. All right, Dean. Remind me to come back to that. Where the
Yeah.
heck did you go? No, I appreciate everybody that shares my stuff, man. I do. Um, hell, I lost him entirely. Where'd he go? Man, he sent me a whole bunch of them.
Can you just go on his profile maybe?
No, that would be too easy.
All right, yeah, let's just take a
Damn
couple of
it.
days.
Fine,
Yep, yeah,
fine,
that's
fine,
yeah, see,
fine.
that's what I thought.
All right. I just want to pull up
Green
the ones he
man.
didn't want to talk about,
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So I can
all
see.
right.
Okay, so he's a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's here, and
Um,
I feel like it's the style. If there's some grunge and
here's one he shared, I think, earlier
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. I think it's done on purpose here.
What's going on, Casper Corners? How you doing? Um,
Yo.
dude, all he used was a flashlight for that light. I'm sorry, Joseph. Which one was that? Oh, I guess it was for. Okay, yeah,
For that shot?
for
Okay.
his
So that's Joseph.
for
This is
his light
Joseph right
there.
here. Okay, okay.
It's Joseph. All right. Um, so you use a flashlight from the top pointing down. You talk about the shadow here,
Okay.
uh, which is a great source of light. What's your ISO in the camera though? Because I'm wondering where the grain's coming in at. I have a feeling it might be your
I think it might
ISO.
have done on purpose.
Because if you look at these, he's got a lot of grain in all of these.
Yeah, I think it's done on purpose. He's going for that creepy, Five Nights at Freddy's kind of vibe, I think. So
Yeah, I know
I think it
nothing
might have
about
been
Five
done on
Nights at
purpose.
Freddy, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just like kind of like a retro-ish kind of old school vibe. So like when you look at this, like this has to be done on purpose, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not, maybe we'll look at your ISO. If it is, oh, you're using your phone? Okay. Well,
Oh,
your phones are actually the worst at this, is because you can't really control your ISO, but it always tries to compensate for the light, and it can always, and what it does is it basically has auto ISO, and if your light's not there, it's compensating, and it's going to add that grain there. So if that grain is in the shot before you did any effects, that means your ISO is doing a lot of work to get light in there, and that means that that's obviously not intentional. That's not what you wanted. You wanted a nice clean shot. Now, if that grain was put in after the fact, like you did it in Photoshop, then that was you. But if that grain is in there when you shot the picture, then that's your camera trying to give light to a scene that didn't have enough light.
yeah.
So that's what ISO will do when you have to crank that up.
If you have pro mode on your phone, you can play around with that. You can mess around with the
Okay.
ISO, white balance, and all that. If you have pro on whatever phone that you're using.
What's going on, Casper's Corner, man? How you doing?
Casper's.
How you doing? Um,
Oh, Casper, the friendly turtle.
yeah, Pablo. Let me take a detour real quick. I got some. I do need to. Where do I see the chats there? Let me go to Docinator's stuff real quick because this stuff wasn't tagged me properly. Here I am
Okay.
tagged there. Oh, that's what it is. So Docinator, when you're tagging me, you need to tag me here. Like actually add the tag. I'm pointing my finger again. Add the tag when you make the post, like on the actual picture, and that will tag me properly. Here, you know, it kind of tags me, but it doesn't go into my tagged. It's weird. It kind of I'll get an alert saying that you tag me in the thing, but it won't show up in my tagged post. So when you go to tag, you need to actually tag the picture. So when you go to post, you can add tag. You can tag people, and that's where you tag me at. So just so you know. You got the Hot Toys Wolf Predator, man. I love this Predator. This is my first Hot Toys Predator. And I love the fact you got the light in his eye here. This is great. Harry, what are you thinking about this?
I like the shot a lot. The lighting is great, like you said. The little light catching in the eye there really brings it out. Little extra detail that I think really helped. And then the background, that's just I'm not familiar with the set, but it looks like an actual diorama set that you have back there. And yeah, it looks great.
I love the diorama set and the lights back here. I think what you just need to do is bring some kind of haze and kind of in the foreground. Not a lot because you don't want to blow them out
A
with
little bit.
that
Yeah.
haze, but you need a little bit of that texture because you seem to have it here on front of these lights, but he's very clean as far as that texture goes. So the light is bringing him into the scene, but then the texture is taking him out of it. If that makes any sense. So you need to sell it the whole way. You sold half of it right now, not the whole thing. So don't
I can do that.
overdo it though when you do that haze. You don't want to blow them out because if you use too much haze or too much light, it's going to blow out and you're not going to be able to see much of anything. Just a light misting of that haze, just to kind of bring him into that environment. Because right now he's in front of it, not in it. Other than that, though, he himself and everything in there is lit very well. So just got to bring him into that environment now, right?
Yep.
Great shot, Docinator. Let me go pull up Pablo real quick because he also did that that tagging faux pas there. I don't know if it's faux pas, but yeah, when you tag, you got to make sure you. Now I saw this one earlier. This might be one that
look
you
at
tagged before. I'd like to know where you got this little tiny turtle from, man. That's crazy. But
He's
go ahead,
playing with
Harry.
himself.
That just sounds dirty.
Have to throw that in
sounds
there. But this shot is amazing. I love the whole setup. I love how bokeh out the background is, and he's like really in focus.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just a great scene, honestly. Yeah, nothing bad I can say about this. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, it looks great. This is another example though where your color of light on the actual figure is kind of making it look more like a scene in a play rather than a movie though. So it depends on if that's what you're gonna go for. I think he's your lighting is on point as far as showing the pertinent detail, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I do
he's in
things.
it. Yeah, it looks like he's in the restaurant to me, or something like that. Yeah.
I think it's just because I'm trying to always sell on what I do, which is what is this crap now? Go away.
My God, Instagram.
So you know how I got that, but this is with haze. This
Yeah,
haze.
yeah.
So it's just making that softer
throw some
highlight.
haze. Yeah, throw some haze in there. It never hurts to
Not
throw
a
haze
lot.
in the shots. Yeah.
Not a lot. This is haze as well. See, you're still getting the highlights and stuff, but it's muting everything down to give it a cinematic feel.
Yeah.
So
I
play with
still
your
love it,
hazes.
though. Yeah, this is awesome. I love the shot.
I mean, and some people love this kind of photography, and PL might be, Pablo might be one of those that wants this, and that's great. So I'm not saying it's wrong,
Yeah.
but
No,
if you want to go for that
it.
more, like this looks like he's actually in the movie doing that kind of. I mean, there's still like this joint's weird, but as
I love
opposed
it,
to this,
Pablo. It's awesome.
which is a great toy photography shot, but it's not like in the movie kind of shot. It's like,
Yeah, I
it's
think he's
toy.
going for that toy look, and I think it works.
Yeah, nothing
really
wrong with
well,
that.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. That was for the hashtag, I think, that they were doing over the Toy Photographer Collective. They were doing the playing toys playing with toys, which is pretty awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really
Great
get
little-
around to that, but yeah.
Yeah, great little thing there, man. Great little thing. What was your turtle shot? Let me know, Pablo, if I need to go back and pull up any other ones. So let's go on to see if there's anybody else because we're running. It's getting kind of late here. Do I want to go back to this real quick though?
Yeah.
Ian, dude.
Shot
Ian,
is
that's
fucking amazing. See, this is the downside of shooting with Hot Toys and 1/6 scales, and you can't do stuff like this.
Dude, I'm
can't-
telling you, man. I
yeah.
don't want this dinosaur too, man. This dinosaur looks awesome.
Yeah.
Ian, if you're watching this in the replay or if you're watching this now, let me know what dinosaur this is. I need this. I need this dinosaur in my life. I can use them up against Guybers or something because I mean my Guybers need more stuff to fight because that's why I haven't taken more pictures of my Guybers. I love my Guybers, but I don't have anything for them to do because they're smaller than 112. So, and I feel like I've kind of played out the entire. Come on, Instagram, stop being slow. I think I played out their entire lifespan here with the aliens.
Still cool though. Like I wouldn't mind seeing more Guyver versus Alien.
Yeah, but I don't know what else to do with them. I just.
Yeah.
And even then, the aliens are still a little big. With a dinosaur, they can be whatever
It's true.
kind of scale they want them to be. But still, this is one of my favorites. I think that one came out really
Optical
well.
flares.
Yes, optical flares. And then my other favorite is still the one I had to Photoshop because I didn't have the full Guyver yet.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about too. Yes, this shot right here.
This one I had to Photoshop this other blade on because I had a incomplete Guyver figure at the time. But yeah, sorry, enough about me. Let's go to, I think this is 616 here. Yes.
Whoa, 616 again with
go to behind
banger.
the scenes.
Look at
in a
this.
minute.
Wow. Yes, this is
This
what
is
I'm
a
talking
better
about
prey
here.
one, though.
Yeah.
This is a better prey one. You lit them up really well. I really like this. And this bio helmet, man, this is phenomenal. I may need to get this and get this helmet from Fugitive Predator Customs. This is beautiful. Man, George is awesome. Harry, you got anything you want to?
No, this
here?
shot is just.
Record?
I think it's perfect. From the posing, from the composition, to the lighting. Lighting is perfect on this
He's
shot.
shooting in front of a monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Is this room
Pretty
at 616?
far out,
This room, yeah, is this room lit up like this, like when you're shooting, or is this while we're doing the BTS?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he's just doing the BTS.
Yeah, but he's using a game. This is his Xbox for the background. It looks like
interesting. Yeah.
No,
But it looks
no,
like
that's
he's
a-
really
that's a-
far away from the background there. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a Chrome tab actually. So I
Yeah.
don't know what these. Are doing. That's a great shot, man. Look at that.
And he's using I think he's using the iPhone box or whatever, basically as a bounce card. So that's pretty clever because it's just white and you can just bounce
No, I
that.
hope that's an iPad. That's a big ass.
Yeah.
Or a MacBook, maybe.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, something like
probably
that.
MacBook.
But yeah, it totally works just as a bounce card. So I think that's perfect.
Yeah, that's a great distance for your.
Yeah,
Dang it,
it's
I didn't
pretty
want
far out.
to pause you where I pause you to pause you, not for you to start over again. Yeah, I love that, man. That's great. What
Beautiful
lens?
shot, sir.
You didn't put his lens, man, because it's no, not my Best Buy stuff.
Order something. What did you buy? What did you buy?
I had my Steelbook of Child's Play came in.
Okay.
Dang it. Oh, yeah, the room is lit like that. I use my LEDs from the Billy bookcases and DTOFs to act as light. Turn the main light off in my room, though. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Dude, that's great, man.
Beautiful shot, sir. Yep.
Here's another one of Dave's, man. Collector's Orbits. I don't know if it's still here, man, but geez,
David
dude.
again. I hate David sometimes. I look at a shot and I'm just like, wow. Look at my shots. This is nothing even close.
I don't know. You and Dave, though, you both make me jealous. I don't know where you get to.
I'm
I didn't
okay.
like that one. That's awesome, dude. You guys can make a Berserker Predator look good, man, because I didn't know he could.
I thought he looks good. I think the helmet might be a little bit too oversized for that design. But yeah, I like Berserker. He's cool.
I just didn't like that head sculpt, man. Wasn't a fan of that. Scissors, man. Here we go.
Interesting.
Golden State Killer, man. Is interesting.
For some reason, like my first initial reaction is like I feel like this is like a Bionicle. For some reason, I think it's just the colors. Yeah, that makes me feel like it's a Bionicle. It's not a bad thing. I love Bionicles.
This picture just needs atmosphere, some kind of aerosol in here. I think this was really lacking in this picture.
I think
Other than that,
also-
is great composition.
Yeah, I think the background is a bit too in focus as well, relatively to the to the figure. So I would blur out the background a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know
This
what
looks
aperture you're shooting at. You didn't say.
Yeah, and I feel like this is comped in. I could be wrong.
If it is, he's got a great
looks like he's
great eye
comped
for
in.
the perspective because the perspective is pretty spot on.
Yeah.
So
since you
I don't know
comped
if
it in,
it's
I feel like
comped.
you can just blur out the background really easily. So
I don't know if he's comped it in though. I don't think he did.
yeah, I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but it just looks like that to me.
Yeah, I can see why, because it's so much dark here, and then there's no.
Yeah, the
darkness
lighting
hitting his
doesn't
head.
completely match. Yeah.
He might just be further enough out. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But like I
Yeah,
said, his
if he is
perspective.
that far,
No.
if he is that far out, then it should be way more bokeh out. I feel like.
No, actually, I think you're right, because if we look down here, it looked like he might have not masked in the
Okay.
leg where he put him on top of it. See how
Yeah.
a little bit of, well, you can't see through that. You see, it's got a little bit. Kind of goes
Yeah.
out to the collar behind it, so
little bit.
that looks
Yep,
like
yep,
he masked the character back in and kind of missed the leg or something.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, for this, I would definitely put some atmosphere in here. It would sell this a lot better because the light's pretty good actually. Although, as we mentioned when Harry noticed that this wasn't probably right, is that you need some of that shadow on his head here. Not too dark. You don't want to make it as dark as these darks here, but just something to say that this has cast some shadow on his head. So great stuff, though. Great stuff. 616. Did we go over this 5 days ago?
I don't think so. Yeah, but yeah, he does his best. Like this is where he shines, really shines. These portrait shots, like here, wow, the color grading is on point.
I like this better than this one here.
Yeah.
Which it's not. It's a pretty hard choice though to make because they're both really good. But I think I like the darker color grade there better.
Yeah, and it's a little bit clearer too.
Yeah, a little more dehazed. That's JK again. Mad like a predator.
Mad like a predator, Falco.
Yeah, Falco, man. What's going on, buddy? The light is just a little harsh on his face here. I want to get a little softer light on.
I think it's also the nature of the material as well. Like he's really plasticky, so I feel like it's kind of giving you all that harsh highlights.
Yeah. One of the ways I've found to get rid of this, if you don't have a whole bunch of editing software, is again to use atmosphere and then play with the dehazing function of whatever editing software you got, and that will bring that atmosphere back off of him. But yet, the muted highlights from the haze will stay. You can't you can't blow it out too far one way or the other, but you can bring the dehaze it a bit, and we'll bring it back more into the norms depending on how much haze you had in there. And that will help eliminate some of that glare if you don't have like an ND filter or whatever So that's just something you can try playing with. I think this is his Haya Predators, and I don't know. I don't know what that is. AO.Z.
You can just tell.
Flash, dude. Yeah.
This
is my favorite one. I think. This is my favorite one. I think he's bokeh it out so much that you don't really see the imperfections that keep it from selling the background with the foreground.
Yeah.
You look closely though, you can see some of that grain, but it's nowhere near as detracting as like the busier backgrounds that he's used in the previous stuff.
What a great shot! Straight out of the freaking
movie.
movie.
That's what you said, man.
Yeah.
You said that already.
Yep, straight out of the freaking movie.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, great shot.
This is one that Queenar was asking me about. He was asking, how to sell this shot, and he had this all no color in the shot whatsoever. Oh, we got booty bots. Where's my? Pardon me, while I figure out how to do this. Booty bots. Remove.
Always one of those, huh?
Why do I have to remove each one individually? I mean, I just want to remove the whole guy, Put user in timeout. I don't know. Just get rid of that.
Ban. It's banned
Whatever.
forever.
All right. Sorry. All right. So yeah, when he was showing me the original shot, it was one tone, and I was like, you want a different color for one side or another. Probably this darker side. I was like, use some blue.
Yeah.
Because the thing side was too dark, and I was like, use some blue and cut that down some, so you got some light to it to bring it apart. But
Yeah. I think
not so
I
much
think
washing.
Yeah, I think the blue
ahead.
is a really good choice. I think you really helped him out there with the blue. I still feel like he's too well lit. I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a little bit more dramatic in terms of like the shadow. Like on the right side, you can see that like it's really dramatic lighting, really nice shadows. But then on the left side of the camera, he just looks too clean and
Too washed out, too bright.
yeah, too
No,
clean.
I agree. I first off with the blue here, I would have probably. I'm assuming he put the gel over the whole light. I would have put the gel over some of the light because this is
Yeah,
a
like
little
half of
too
it.
hot
Yeah.
on the blue and not
Yeah,
whitey
yeah.
blue like I like to
Mhm.
use. It's more like what the new Disney lightsabers are doing right now, like that weird LED blue that's like just too saturated. As far as this left side, camera left, I'm curious what his ISO is because this looks a little grainy here.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that could be what's helping to blow this out too high.
Yeah, yeah.
So whatever I'd like to know what your ISO is, unless you're using a camera. In which case, did the camera blow it out using the auto light we were talking about earlier? Because
You mean the phone?
yeah, your phone. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Mhm.
So I think that's what happened because this is a very grainy looking background, whatever this
That's
is.
true. I think that might be the case. Yeah, I think the ISO on his phone or something is a bit too high. Yeah.
But that's overlighting his face, I think, and I would have brought that down a little bit. Now, if you're using an actual camera and you want to address this hot light here on this side, all you have to do is play with your settings a little bit. Increase your shutter speed a little bit. Because
Yeah.
there's no reason you need an ultra slow shutter speed here. You're not using any real haze or fog or anything like that. You need to, stop the motion of. So, just bring the shutter speed up a little bit. Because when you shoot, you want to try to make the aperture your priority in general, because that's your biggest storytelling, like what your depth of field is. In my opinion, and the lighting is always something you can adjust, so the ISO is not as important. I can let that go one way or the other. But your aperture is the biggest one. So, if your lighting, the aperture is too bright, you can always dim the light some more.
Yeah.
Increase your shutter speed, which your depth of field is where you're going to really sell this. Emerson says Photopia is a great free alternative to Photoshop to add smoke and mist effects.
Yeah. Good trick right there.
All right.
Yeah.
I haven't
Anything
messed
free
with
is
it.
good.
Yeah, but yeah, everything free is good. Definitely. I use this in my haze machine typically, but yeah. Yeah, if you don't have a way to get that smoke or haze, then definitely look into those options. Is that a phone app, Emerson? I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
So let me know about that. Clarify that. But Quaynar, this is a good start, man. You're really selling this. It looks like he's coming through a doorway. It's not on that blank white wall that you used to photograph
It's a
stuff
scene
on.
now.
So it's really
It's
awesome.
actually a scene. So
it's a scene. And that blue, the only thing is, like I said, you want to desaturate that because you're really just trying to light him up with shadow, if that makes any sense. We're just trying to bring out the shadows in his face, not necessarily light him one way or the other. And the reason why we do blue is because it's not so predominant of a light. It's almost like on a submarine when you're using red light, it's not a light that's really going to hurt. Now, red, of course, is going to totally take over your shot, but in general, though, it's one of those lights that's not too obtrusive, especially when you're cutting around with white. So it works really well for a shadow or nighttime light. And then this side is, like I said, is a little blown out for whatever reason. So just
like you can tell, like the blue really showcase like the shape of his face. So you can tell, like you can see the cheekbone, you can see the gaunt on his face, his brows. But on the left side, on the left camera, you can't see any of that because it's too evenly lit. Yeah.
So, and you can also play with the position of that light, man.
Yes. Bring it up a little bit.
So this light here looks like it's straight on from the side, which it could be, but typically if he's breaching into a room, your light's overhead. So put it directly over his head. Put it off to camera left a little distance and let that light
45
feather down.
angle degree or something like that.
Let it feather and light him, and that way it's not so bright either. That's definitely another way to look at that. Definitely good call. Let's see here. 616. Man, this is gorgeous.
Whoa, man. Sick edit.
You need to tell me how you made this cloaking effect, though. I've been trying to emulate a cloaking. As far as that emulation goes, though, the cloak looks great. This here, your bolt though, needs to be blurred just a bit. The lines are too hard on it though. I would put a Gaussian blur on that, just a slight one, and just make that a little bit, because it's moving, right? It's going either up or down, cloak on or off, and so it's not stationary. The hard lines make it stationary. That's the only thing that I could point out with this though. That's all. I mean, this. If you want to nitpick any more, maybe a little bit with this cast off on his face.
A little bit.
Small highlight of
some. There's some.
What I would do to get that is if you're doing this in Photoshop, just take a brush and make the opacity pretty low, like maybe 10%. Who knows? And then mask out everything that's not him, and then blend that brush layer on this, and it'll pull out some of the highlights and stuff on that, and that should be all you need to do.
I think people really need to look into blend diff, because that's such a powerful thing. It's so powerful.
Harry, did I cover everything? I'll leave you with anything to talk about?
Yeah, I think so. Even with the lightning effect, how it's not blurred out, I think it's still selling the fact that he's transitioning from cloak to normal or vice versa. So I think it's still pretty good.
Ooh.
Wow, fancy. Look at that
little edit, man. That's awesome. 616. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not on this level. So kudos to you, sir.
Now see, I need somebody to help me make one of these little animated end cards.
Yeah.
I ain't got the patience for it anymore. Blend if it's a Photoshop thing, actually. Let me I'll bring up Photoshop again. We'll bring this up.
If you guys want to check out Pix Imperfect, that dude is great. He goes really in depth with Photoshop and a lot of neat tricks.
Yeah. He's a good free one to go with. I don't even know what this picture is. Let's just hit this one. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's this one again. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, I use blend if.
Perfect.
Right here. So in order to do this blood effect on this guy here, I took my brush here and I selected the proper layer, obviously. And we're gonna add a layer, and then we're gonna start painting, and we're gonna paint in a different spot. We don't want the opacity that high for this shot, but maybe here. But so just minimal opacity, and see how it's bringing that right there, right? So then in Photoshop, what you can do is you can double click just off to the side of the layer, on that layer, but just off to the side, and it opens up this window here, and it's got your blending options. And then this is the blend if section here, and here's the underlying layer here. So what this is going to do is it's going to take all the dark from this layer that we're on here, or well, a portion of it anyway, and it's going to, I'm going to reset the field where it's going to blend that on the dark, basically. And by holding the Alt key, I can separate this out and watch what's happening over on the left here. See how it's pulling it all out if I go over far enough, but it's just the darks are becoming less and less a priority, because at the beginning it's blended in really well with the darks. As I move this over, it's coming off of that darks and leaving it just in the light parts. And then all the way down here, then there's nothing left. So that's how you play with blend diff.
Yeah, great tool.
Yeah, you just get rid of that layer. There we go. This is my shot from because I got it here. It's my shot I posted today. So
maybe.
And I did that. I did this in Photoshop. Yeah, that blood there, which is pretty good, because I wasn't going to put that on my costume. It's too expensive of a figure.
Give you a like. I don't think I like the shot yet.
Yeah. All right, so let's move back onto this. Let's see, 616. He says, I agree about the lightning bolt. I use Boris FX as a plugin. Both the cloaking effect and the lightning bolt were still working out the kinks on how to blur those. I tried before posting but couldn't. All right. What is Boris FX? And tell me more about that, will you please? Maybe in a message or something. You want to
it's a Photoshop plugin? Either Photoshop or
Photoshop plugin.
Effects,
yeah. Give us more info on that, please, somewhere. Video edit was Wurble. I don't. Yeah. Can you just make one for me? It's just Wurble. It already sounds too complicated. I can't worry about it. Emerson, I use it on my laptop. It's an online website. There's a mobile version, but it's very hard to use. And in general, I wouldn't use it on. Okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, yeah, if you need an editing software, there's a website you can use that Emerson vouches for. It's Photopea. He mentions it up here. And it's a free alternative for Photoshop. So you can add smoke and mist effects. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This is another 616. Oh, this is his.
Oh,
man, you have a lot of cojones, man. I wouldn't do that to my my hot toys, man. But that's awesome.
I think we mentioned this last week.
It's just theatrical blood. So
yeah,
I still wouldn't do that to a hot toy.
I hope it comes off, because dang.
Yeah. I can't even bear to see it. All right. Nomad Figures, man. This is collaboration last week for Tracker Predator. I was in this collaboration too, but
okay.
So
I should have joined in on that. I have a tracker.
No. Sorry, it was last Wednesday. You missed
it.
Great lighting on this shot. I love this one. This is great. I have nothing negative to say about this at all, man. Got this cool orange ambient fire, and then putting the embers to help blend that in to make it a reason for that lighting here. And then the rest of the lighting is so well neutral to just an evening time, not necessarily night with moonlight, but just an evening time where it's just, the shadow from whatever mountains maybe in the background or just over the entire scene. Just it looks great in my opinion. Nomad, this is awesome.
Yeah, I love the ember effects. I feel like it works, like how close up it is and how it's kind of bokeh out a little bit. Yeah, it works so perfectly with the shot.
He says that it's stage blood and it comes off extremely easily. I'm still worried.
Yeah,
I'll show you guys my tracker.
Still a little scary.
There's my tracker shot for the tracker collab. So I just did a tight shot. These are trees that I made with XPS foam, and I also made one out of wire. So they're and then paper mache the texture on them. Not that you can really see them; they're far enough back there, but I did that. And again, before I even saw he was using the firelight kind of stuff, I did the same thing. So.
There's not enough 1/6 scale trees or just tree trunks to work with. I'm gonna try and.
They're really easy to make, man. Paper mache, as far as. So what I would do is, depending on how tall you want to make it, I use XPS foam because that way I'm not limited to the size of a paper towel roll or something, which is a lot of people use for a base or a trunk. Make XPS foam. Get it. Usually 2 1-inch pieces is about as wide as you need to be. You might want to go a third one, make it 3 inches wide, and then of course shave it down from there to get that shape. But that would be your base of it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it in tinfoil to give it a texture. Just wrap the whole thing in tinfoil, just crinkled up tinfoil and wrap it around there. Once you've done that, you're going to take masking tape and tape over that.
I see.
And then you're on the last step. You're going to get some glue and some water. So you're going to mix some glue and some water. You're going to get a paintbrush.
trick.
And I like to use toilet paper. It's my favorite stuff to use. I've tried tissue paper. I've tried paper towels, and tissue paper is too. The texture just kind of gets lost because it's too like smooth,
Thick.
I guess. So like whenever you paint on it or something, it doesn't hold any of the texture. For dry brushes, it's weird. Paper towel, you get usually too many of those. At least with the paper towel brand we have,
Fuzz.
get too many of those bumps and stuff from the paper towel texture. Again, they're just too well raised. So I like the toilet paper because it's got a little bit of those textures if you're not using really cheap stuff, and yet it's not so much where you really see it. So once you got it taped up, you're gonna just start putting toilet paper with watered down glue and painting the toilet paper onto the tree for texture, and then you start painting it, with your dry brushes and stuff. So
I think I'm just gonna 3D print them out. It's a little.
That's big for 1/6
yeah.
scale. That's huge.
I'm just gonna print like in sections and then just kind of connect them. Yeah.
All right, Boris FX is a paid add-on / plugin. Once you have it, you can find it on Photoshop under filters. Like if you were to look for, okay, that's another thing I have to figure out how to pay for later.
Yeah.
QAnon Harper, for this picture, I used 3 lights with the blue gel above and slightly behind the figure. Yeah, the blue gel wasn't the problem, other than I would have cut it with some of the white.
Yeah.
It's just to
light on
soften
the camera left
the saturation. Yeah.
Yeah, or you
just
can
to
just do that
soften
in
the
post too.
saturation. And then Quan, I was really just messing around while watching you guys and decided to take. Yeah, dude, you're on your way, man. Don't let this discourage you. We're just trying to help you figure out.
There.
This is you're stepping up your game just by putting in some props and stuff is really awesome. So, but this side here is just a little blown out. So
yeah,
you want to find a way to cut that down. Looks like, as I mentioned earlier, light's coming from just straight onto his side. I would put it over up here and have it feathered down onto him.
Yeah, just to cast,
and that would help.
Just to cast some of the shadows on his face.
Yeah, exactly. We got anybody else to talk about here? I feel like
we caught up.
Do we even need to talk about how awesome?
Yeah, do we need to talk about David? Like,
Dave, you're awesome.
He's too good. Yeah, he's too good for us to.
You're making us look bad by participating. Stop.
Yeah.
And then of course he's having fun. Nomad, this is a great one here. This is a great use of this figure. Remember he had that shot earlier, just straight on imposter. I love this. This is great, man. Look at the bubbles in here and everything. Just great use of the opal flare on there, and just this is gorgeous, Nomad. I love this. I can't think of anything negative to say about that.
Yeah.
Not that I want to find negative, but just nothing to really. Maybe light up his background, like put something in the behind him, like again my fog / smoke or something, just to give it something going on in the room besides just black. But that's not necessary. Just something that could be something, Darth Matter art, man.
Oh wow,
that's July, man.
Moody shot.
Why am I just now seeing this?
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Really moody shot.
Good lighting on him, man. Good lighting.
Yeah.
I would slow down the shutter speed a little bit because given the scene look you're going for, I don't really want the texture of the fog. I want this more smooth. But that's just me.
Yeah, I love the shot.
Yeah.
It's a game over.
He loves it. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I think we've done everybody else here. So
I did a shot today. You want to talk about that a little bit? If you want.
Hold on. Let me go grab you a shoot. I forgot about that.
A little something. Yeah, I should start doing that. Yeah, this is my latest shot today.
Going for that room, man, from the first BVS movie, right?
Batman vs. Superman? This is the warehouse fight, and I happen to had 3 random goons. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just use them and have him fight them. Because I attempted this shot before, just without the goons, and it just looks so meh. So I thought, you know what? Let's try to utilize some of these goons, and I think it really did sell that. My main problem right now, though, looking at it, is just the posing on Batman. I feel like it's a little.
That's not my
Little
problem
meh.
with it.
Really, what's your problem with it?
All right, well, since I have to have one, given the way you said that, I will point out something that the kind of I think is something that should be addressed is this isn't necessarily a light source over here, but this is a lighter color. It's obviously being reflected off that wall, that light.
Yeah.
I think you should have given a little bit more light to him on this side here.
Okay.
It's just a very flat,
yeah.
one-dimensional kind of flatness across his whole
Yeah.
chest. There's
Yeah.
no anything, and I think this would be a great way to get some light, an explanation for a little bit of light across his chest.
Yeah, I think this scene was a bit hard for me to match the lighting because like you just can't really tell where the light source is actually coming from. So yeah.
But I would have. I mean, this goes back to what I was talking about, and again, I'm not the best at bringing in a wall, a screen background, but I think I've nailed on a key principle of it, is you want all of your light from your background scene to not just give you a line, but you want it to kind of wrap.
Yeah.
I would like this light here. I would have overemphasized that white around to this far. Look a little bit further in on this arm. The same thing on this side. I would have started wrapping that around.
Yeah.
And I think that would have really sold it.
I can see that. Yeah, for sure.
So, but otherwise, it's great, man. I don't know what's going on with his genitalia. It's very blurry.
Yeah, that's actually just his leg coming out. But yeah, I wanted to just have it.
It looks like you took the blur and went.
Yeah, I do that quite a bit. And like even with the guy holding the gun right there. You're no longer a man.
Wolfman's got nards. What?
You're not Batman anymore. You're
I'm
bat fluid.
I don't know.
Bat fluid. Bat neutral.
I like what you're going for here, but I think that the light needs to pull him into the scene a little bit.
I can kind of agree
with
that.
But of course, Batman will keep dark too, so there's a certain line you don't want to cross. But
yeah,
I don't think you're quite there at the line yet. I think you stopped a little short, so I think you can get there.
Yeah, and also just the posing. I think the goons are posed pretty well. It's just I think it's Batman. Like, what is he doing?
The only thing wrong with his pose is I don't know what his legs are. Like I said, it looks like you took the blur tool and wiped straight across his groin here. I don't know if that's what you did, but it's just
it's going like in a diagonal direction.
Yeah. But that blur tool looks like it just starts and just wipes his whole crotch just off the just. Bleh.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's what I'm seeing anyway from here. So,
yeah,
DJ Crinkle, do we have any of your shots today? I mean, you're here. I don't remember what your
crinkly bakes.
Yeah, you tagged me for some of this, didn't you, buddy? I forget which ones you tagged me, but I'm pretty sure you tagged me. We'll go over this real quick, man. I don't want to leave you in the dust or nothing because I'm pretty sure you tagged me. Yeah, you tagged me right there. Look at that. So, yeah. Oh, we got a whole bunch of shots.
A bunch of them. Okay.
I want to give you a little bit of love, man. I mean, I feel like every time we miss you or something. So, this is my favorite one so far.
Yeah, I really love the use of purple
in most of these shots.
It's like a really soft lighting, like maybe a bounce card. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I love the soft purple. Like you can still see every single details on the figures still, even though it's like soft lighting. I like that quite a bit.
I like what he's going for. I think you want a bounce card though with some kind of white to help cut some of the blue on the figure down a little bit. Because I think he's just getting too pulled into the background as far as blue on blue on blue on blue. I do like the tone. I like the color, but I would want to pick a spot to pull him out from a little bit, just to kind of pull him back a little bit from that blue. But other than that, I mean, that's why I think I gravitated more towards this one.
Yeah,
I mean, he's still got a lot of that blue going on, but see how he's got the white light up here.
Yeah, he's got white. He's got some red in there.
It's pulling him out of that blue some, even though he's still very blue. It looks awesome. It just helps pull him out a little bit crinkly. So just keep that in mind when you're shooting these. Don't go full on, man. I'm quoting Tropic Thunder. Do not let this be any
Don't
reference
go
of
full.
my mind. It would, but you know, you never go full
Never
on.
go full.
Yeah, I don't want to say the rest of it. But, you know, I'm telling you where I'm quoting it from, and hopefully that will click. But never go full
blue.
on. Yeah, never go full blue.
Yeah, there we go.
Cut it with a little bit of white, man. Just cut it with a little bit of white. Let's just
Ooh,
talk about this
love
one.
that
real quick. I
setup.
don't think- he didn't tag me for this one. Is it okay we talk about this one, Crinkly? Just want to give you a little bit of love, man.
Ooh,
Because I think in the
love the
past I've
setup.
missed a few of your shots, man. So, due to time or whatever. So I got you here.
Thundercat.
This is great here.
I love the whole setup. Yeah.
I
feel
the
like
only thing
this
is
is
his
shot that could
background's
use
not.
some blue.
Yeah, this is the background that is not pulling, like working into the foreground. It's definitely a cutoff between the background and this tree trunk / R2, this whole back line. So
Yeah,
I don't know. It looks
some
like
blue in here
this is
would've
a.
worked.
Well, this looks like this is something he pulled into Photoshop and he put a background in because it looks like masking lines here.
Yeah,
See how it's
it
got
does look
the
like
haze,
masculine, especially around like the plants and whatnot, a little bit
Yeah.
there.
So
But yeah, I feel
just-
like some blue could have helped because when you look at the background, it's quite a bit of blue in there. So I feel
Mhm.
like having a little bit of blue light in there would have worked.
Well, if this is a background from Photoshop that's harder to do, you're going to need to get some kind of mist and tint that blue. So, you know, you're going to want like a brush and kind of a mist brush. So
Yeah.
there are some out there. I don't know I don't use a lot of brushes, but and make that like a light opacity and just grab some of that blue and use it and just layer it in the scene. Maybe a little less on Luke himself because you want him to come out of it. But you know, just to help bring the scenes on top of each other. Because right now, this lighting is not matching this lighting at all. And that's
Yeah.
what's keeping these two from working. So
Yep.
these are different tones of whites and blacks and
Mhm.
whatnot. So as Harry mentioned before, Pixum Perfect, he does show you a lot of things on YouTube, and
Check 'em out,
I know
check 'em
he's
out.
got one on matching your colors. And
Yes.
it's usually a matter of using grayscale to match your colors. You
Yes.
want to match your whites and your midtones and your blacks,
Mhm,
and that will help match all your stuff. So
Yep.
I'm still not the best at it, but he does
Yeah.
go over it. So the reason why I'm not the best at it, I'll admit right now, is because I never download his examples to work with. I'm always trying to do my own thing.
Your own things.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's where I
Which
mess
is
up.
which is still good though. Still good.
Well, not because I haven't gotten it right yet, but you know. All right. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys, man.
Yeah. Great stream today.
Dude.
We had the
Yeah, we
freaking
had-
master here, so
And we got a long show, and we still, guys. I'm gonna just give you guys a wallpaper at the end of the month because, you know, with no. I mean, I can't blame you here. You got a job, I don't. But we missed you last week, so we didn't get to go over the images. And you know, of course, with Jarrett this week as a guest, I didn't want to stop while he was here.
yeah,
and do all that. So instead of picking out images, Harry, pick out one of your shots, send it to me, and we're gonna just give them 2 shots this month. I'm gonna send them one of mine. They don't have to vote or anything. We're just gonna give them a shot. But you guys do need to. You all have my email address. All my members now. And if you're not a member, become a member, and we'll get you my email address. But email me if you're interested in the lightsaber pack that Harry made, and of course, I need to get that from Harry. But email me if you're interested in that. You do qualify though because you're a member, so just email me and we'll get you a lightsaber pack if you guys are interested. So, and if you want to be a member, you get access to a wallpaper each month. This month, you guys are going to get 2 30th episode anniversary special. Sure, we'll call it that. You get 2 wallpapers. Harry's going to randomly send me one. You guys won't know what either of them are. I'm going to pick one of mine, and you're going to get one of each of ours, and it'll be cropped for widescreen, of course, as well as for your phone. So we'll send those out at the end of the month. I'm sorry we didn't get the vote on what we're going to use, but hopefully next time we'll get it all squared away. So, Harry, you got anything coming up this week you want to mention to them before we go?
No, nothing much. I mean, I just got this guy in, so I'm just gonna shoot a bunch of stuff with this guy. I mean, I love this figure so much.
Where's my mouse? I'm trying to zoom into you, and I can't find my mouse. All right, there you go.
Yeah, this guy is just beautiful. Oh God.
Beefcake.
Yeah, he's so beefy. I love it.
That's awesome.
This is definitely a grail for sure for me.
Well, I got a lot of figures coming in, man. I got my sideshow Obi-Wan and Anakin have
Oh
building,
yes. Oh
but
yes.
they stay preparing to ship. They've said that since Friday, so I don't know. They haven't shipped yet. They also got an email saying that my Miles from Sideshow is going to ship on the 17th. So that one probably will ship, as they say, because
Wait, which
that one's
mouse?
the Into
Oh,
the Spider-Verse.
another one. Another one. Yeah.
'Cause I bought two.
You got two. I
I
remember
just
now.
ordered one from Hong Kong
Yeah,
to get
yeah,
one
yeah.
now, but the Sideshow one was my initial order, so I got two.
Yeah. Two.
One of them might be Harry's. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
I'm not giving Harry one if he's not gonna buy his own. But
You just want me to have one,
yeah.
huh?
Dude, I think you're gonna love shooting him, man. Look at this pose I got him.
I mean, I don't doubt it. He looks great as a figure and as a character. But yeah, it's just he's animated. Oh, I think we lost the mouse there a little bit. He's just frozen in time.
Oh, I'm
Frozen in time.
My stupid. I hate the USB on the laptop for the Ethernet.
Oh yeah, a little wonky.
It keeps on giving out on me, and so it goes to Wi-Fi, which buggers up everything for a minute. What are you doing to me, man?
But yeah, I don't doubt it. He looks great, honestly, and like the posability of this guy, the suit material, yeah, it's awesome.
Dude, he's so worth buying, dude. He is so worth buying. I love this guy. And like I said, the second one, I think I'm gonna do a shot or two with him in a civilian clothing, but I think otherwise the second one's gonna be in just a regular outfit and not the. I love the hoodie look. I just don't want to take it off and put it on and all that kind of crap.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just he's I don't think he works in my collection. He's animated. Nothing against that look, but just me personally.
And then, I got you guys here before we go, man. I'll give you the full screen treatment. Look what I got in the mail from CGC.
Damn.
First appearance of Miles Morales.
Look at that.
9.8. This is not a facsimile edition or anything. This is the legit first appearance. And you know what makes me so proud is I got this for $5.
Damn.
And what it goes for now? $3.5 grand.
That's crazy.
Yes. Well, think Into the Spider-Verse for bringing him into.
Yeah, he is definitely a household character now. I've always liked Miles, but man, Into the Spider-Verse really solidified that he's one of the best characters.
And then my other CGC, I sent 2 books off the CGC. This is the second one. First appearance of Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin, first appearance, man. This really probably could have rated higher,
maybe.
Huh?
Oh, I said, will we see him in the MCU at some point? Maybe.
No, Hobgoblin. Yeah, we haven't seen him yet, but if we do, he's going to skyrocket even more. This book, I think, should have graded higher. I think the CGC's been having some problems with their graders, and I think I got kind of screwed by that. Because I mean, they ticked me for stuff I didn't think they were going to tick me for, but yet didn't tick me for the thing that they should have ticked me for. Because I have like water damage kind of splotches here.
Okay.
On the bottom. They don't mention that in the graders notes at all. But they're like, I got this tiny little chip here. There's a tiny little chip at that top corner.
Chip.
And they nailed me for that. Like 8.5. I'm like, what? Commander Green, you better not cancel that Miles. Better not.
Yeah, don't just ship your mouse straight to my address. I'll take it.
Or I'll take a third one. You can send me a third one, buddy. I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, and on the topic of Miles, when I get my 3D printer in, which should be any day now, I'm gonna reprint that the Eagle and make it like actually like 1/6 scale this time around.
Yeah, can you send me one?
I'll try.
I'll send you a bottle of resin. How about that?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that. And you know what's great? I just got Spider-Man.
I'll probably buy you one. It'd be cheaper But I got a bottle of Sirdork Fast Gray right here.
Cool.
The whole.
Yeah, I think my printer is coming with like 8K resin or something like that. I don't even know how resin can have resolution, but I guess it does. So I'm gonna test that out, and hopefully it's super crisp and nice.
Resolution. Emerson, you got to go, man. Take it easy. Have a good night.
Take
This
it
is
easy,
the stuff
sir.
I prep with.
Okay.
It's $40 a bottle. But it doesn't say anything about. It's just a gray, fast resin.
Yeah.
So.
You know what's great? I just got the the Spider-Man remastered version on the the PC, and they have the Chrysler Building in that game. So like I can just go up to the Eagle
So
and just
Miles
look at it.
Miles doesn't have it, but the other one does. So I need to go
really?
log into the other one because Miles.
Yeah.
I was in the Miles one looking for it because I was going to use that. With my background, so I could use the Miles with the Eagle, right, and have the rest of the building behind him. But I was in the Miles version of the game, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and it's not there.
That's weird. It's in the same.
So I need to go back to the other one, I think, and I guess it's there.
Interesting.
It's not in the Miles game.
Interesting. But yeah, it's a great way for me to look at references and just to see like how big it is and compare it to the real life scale. And
Juan's asking here.
Is that Unreal? Yes, that's the Unreal custom cape.
Hell yeah!
I love this cape. It looks really great. The one problem is the front flap right here. Like it doesn't go over the cape. That's my main issue right now. I don't know how to fix that. But
it looks great.
Yeah,
the cape looks
great. Other than that, like it looks great. It poses great as well. Yeah.
I've never had a wire cape behave like that for me. Usually a wire cape's like, I got a wire, will be stiff a little bit, but that looks like it's like you posed it. And
this is really strong, like really strong wires in there. Yeah.
I hate wire capes because they never do that for me. I got the Hush Batman from Mafex, and it's like a guideline to where the wire
you can do some crazy stuff with this cape. Look at that. It holds.
I could never do that with my Hush Batman.
Yeah.
Great. Crinkly here says something came up. Thanks for the advice. I'm still having trouble with the coloring of backgrounds. It's the only picture I could find on my monitor. The rest were really bad quality. No, I get you, dude. But don't be afraid to use your Xbox or PlayStation for backgrounds, man. Just grab a game that might have something similar. It doesn't have to be Dagobah. Just something swampy and similar. And make it work, man. That's the best way I've found to find high resolution backgrounds, and I got to thank Harry for that because I never really thought of it.
Don't underestimate the photo mode in video games. It's so helpful, for us. Yeah.
I mean, perfect example. I got the behind the scenes here. Hold on, let me go back to it because I
for sure.
Behind the scenes here. Let me.
I'm still looking at me, by the way. Yeah.
I know. I want to get that queued up. But cool. Here's the photo mode. See, you see Spider-Man. There's the photo mode here. So, and then as I go to the next part, Spider-Man's gone because in photo mode I can pull him out.
You can pull him out in photo mode.
It's no longer his game. It's just an alleyway scene, right? And boom, just boom, 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 and
what a great.
That's
tool.
What we got out of that, So, yeah, it worked out really well. And this is a foreground element to help sell the depth going into that background. So it's really helpful there. So, use your photo modes, man. Great advice. Crimson has been off and on. Not sure if I got to mine or not. What did you post, Crimson? Because I don't remember going to any of yours. Oh, come on, work with me. There we go. Let me before we go, let's look at Crimson here. I'm gonna give him a full screen treatment. Which one are we going with? Are we going with? That's a pinned one, isn't it?
Oh wow. Oh wait. Can we look at that Vader shot with baby Vader?
Oh,
that's awesome.
He says he tagged me. Hold on, let me see which one he tagged me on here. I want to make sure we get to the one he wants to go over, man. What?
Maybe it's in requests.
Oh yeah, I got a couple requests here. It shouldn't be though because I follow
No,
them.
it's not
But
there. Yeah, it's true.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
see this
weird
one.
that you don't get notifications when people tag you, or it should show up in the
Sometimes I
messages.
do,
It's weird.
sometimes I don't. I didn't see this
Strange.
one until now, but real quick, Crimson, before we get to you, this here needs a bounce card. I know you want that silhouette thing, but
Yeah,
a silhouette is never quite as absolute. You want to at least get a full outline on both sides of them.
yeah.
Because your light source is this explosion, I guess, and it's going to outline both sides of them. You start a little bit up here, but also don't forget the top. You know, the whole. He should have a full outline all the way around him from this light behind him, and overemphasize that as we talk about. Just like with the monitor, you want to overemphasize that to sell it. So, all right. So Vader with the baby. That's what he wants to talk about. All
I
right.
love this. It's so cool.
Yeah, he did tag me. It was weird. Oh,
Okay.
Crimson. That's what it is. You need to tag me. See, if I clicked on the picture, I'm not tagged. You need to tag me when you go to make the picture. So, like, when you go to add a picture in Instagram, there's tag
Yeah.
person or whatever. That's where you need to tag me at for me to see it under the tagged bit there on my page. So,
That's weird
all
that
right.
you have to do.
Yeah, it's stupid. But Harry, I'll let you go first, man.
I mean, there's a reason why I wanted you to click on this shot. I just love this. It's parallel to Mando, looking at Baby Grogu, and yeah, I just love the shot. The lighting is perfect. You get that super soft glow in the back, and I don't know if he's using a bounce card at all. I don't think he is. I think yeah. Oh, there is a bounce card. There you go. And I
Got
think
one
the
on the back side, but
floor,
he needs one on the front
yeah,
side too.
yeah, and the floor, I think it's kind of acting as like a semi bounce card as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get that really soft orange from the ground on him. Yeah, I love it. The shot is just perfect.
As far as that bounce card in front of him, what you can do is let me go back to this here. Is you can actually cut a hole into like a white card
Mm.
and put your lens through that hole. So
It's a great trick.
everything, all the light coming towards the camera, like through this doorway, will still be bouncing back, but yet your camera's lens, like what people are taking pictures of, not getting blocked. So,
Awesome shot.
particular case, you need a kind of a direct, maybe your bounce card over to this side a little bit, pointing towards him, but just to
Yeah,
bring him out a bit more,
a little bit more. Yeah.
just a little bit more here. I mean, I know he's casting his shadow and all, so you don't want it to hit that floor. You kind of want to keep that shadow. So if you do a bounce card, you actually want to raise it a little bit. I don't know. You have to play with that, but you want to bring a little bit of bounce light to him without breaking the shadow. You do want to keep that shadow because this is your prominent light source here. So this is a tricky one, tricky quandary. Let's look at the rest of your BTS. I did cut it short here. See if there's anything else going on here. All right, so you built the stuff out of cardboard. It's pretty nice.
Cardboard, yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Atmosphere aerosol. Too rich for my blood.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, man. So you're shooting at ISO 200.
ISO 1000.
You probably could have brought that. Yeah, why is your why is your ISO so high?
I think it's because his I mean his f-stop is kind of, it's a little bit higher-ish.
Not for 1,000 though.
Not enough, yeah. Not enough for 1,000. I'm not really sure why it's so dark.
Yeah. Well, his shutter speed is 200. That's what.
Yeah, 1/200. Yeah.
Well, your shutters. Why does your shutter speed need to be that fast? That's actually the question we need to ask you because.
Yeah, it's on a
Your shutter
tripod.
speed didn't.
So you
Yeah,
don't
you're
really
on you're on a tripod. Your light sources are affixed. You're not moving the camera.
Yeah.
You could. I would have that shutter speed down to maybe like a second,
like 1/50.
Second.
Yeah, like 1/50 is fine.
Yeah, but your ISO doesn't need to be this high.
Yeah. But it's okay. I think it works. You don't get that grain in there, so maybe a little bit, but
yeah, you're not really getting.
I think it still works. Yeah,
it's not making or breaking it. Yeah, but
yeah,
it's a good shot though. I mean, in general, I just like to bring some of that light around. Maybe what you could do is, let me go back to this. Maybe what you could do without breaking it too much is, put that bounce card more behind him and just wrap some of that light around his edge
Yeah,
here.
some light wrapping around that would look really
That
nice.
that might would do what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Just because this just doesn't have any shape to this cape mass at all. Just kind of a mass of black on him, and I know his cape can suck up light, but there's also like usually a distinct shape to it, and this looks like it just needs some definition. That's really what I was looking for when
I
I'm
still
lighting
love the
it.
shot.
Yeah.
Still really beautiful shot.
Composition wise is great. Everything else is on point. I just
Mhm.
might be a bit more light in there. But great stuff, guys. Great stuff. All right, seriously though, we are going to wrap this up. It's 3 hours now, and I could
Yeah,
go
we're always
even
hitting that
longer.
3 hour mark now.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty consistent now. Why you guys? No, we don't look at my mail. I forgot we're sharing.
Some shady stuff going on.
Uh,
Lock him
yeah.
up. Lock him
All right.
up.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, guys. And Harry, man, thanks for being here. We want to give a shout out
of
again
course.
to Jarrett, aka Sir Dork, for being here tonight. It was great to have
Great
him.
man. Great man.
So great seeing him. Guys, make sure to check out his YouTube channel. He does a lot of actual, video content, like besides live streams, which is something I desperately need to work on, but I hate editing. So
Yeah.
I need to have Harry edit for me. That's what I need to do. He edits.
I need to start a whole freaking new channel, to be honest. Yeah.
What? Why? No. Don't
I mean, I just feel like at this point, I need to do something for me. Like I love being on your stream, and I want to continue to stream with you, and possibly do some videos with you as well. But I just feel like when it comes to my branding, I guess I just want to have like a very specific style when it comes to my video. Yeah, but we'll see. That's just something that I've been thinking about.
Well, I'm not gonna push you out of the nest any faster than you're willing to go, sir, because I like keeping you for myself. Crimson Viper, though, he does want you to join that Toy Photographer Collective. That's who did that Toys with Toys collaborative that you were asking.
Oh
about
yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
So Crimson, hit up Cinematographer. He's got an underscore
you can just hit
before
me
his
straight
name.
up. Yeah, just DM me straight up. Yeah. If you need to know a little, if anything you need to know about me is I'm a little antisocial here and there. Like I'll drop in once in a while, but I probably won't participate in any long conversations. I'm just kind of like
I don't either, man. I pop my head in every once in a while. But I mean, they do blow up my phone. I do need to play with the notifications.
Yeah, it does blow up my phone.
I'm like,
usually that's when I'm like,
oh no, they're talking about something. And it's not that I don't want to interject, but it's I'm always like so far down the conversation. I'm like, I'm not even gonna try to catch it.
That's the thing too. Yeah, and I'm just super antisocial.
Mark, man.
So thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks for saying hi, man. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crimson, just shoot Cinematographer a DM and get him sorted.
Straight up.
And yeah, we're gonna get out of here, guys. I need to get out of here. I gotta get changed before my wife locks me out of the bedroom because she goes to bed early. I don't want to wear this to run that. This is not house clothes. This is going out clothes and YouTube clothes. It's like it's not comfy clothes. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. I believe I'm also on Brother Cousins on Thursday night. If you guys want to check that out, I think the stream starts around 7:30.
Get on that too, by the way. If you guys still need a spot to be filled or something. Yeah.
Hit up Jay and ask him, man. Brother Cousins, that's Jay.
Yeah,
so hit him up.
I started watching them recently, and I follow him on Instagram, and I hit him up a little bit. So yeah, I might talk to him.
Yeah, we'll get. I'll talk to him too. I know Trevor wants to be on the stream too. So
cool, awesome.
We'll try to get him to doing that.
Yeah,
but, I think I have to jump off of the panel in order for you guys to be there. So I'll be a little.
No, I don't see why you would have to do that. But yeah, a lot of great. Yeah, a lot of great toy talk on that channel. So I want to get into that. Yeah. It's really cool.
All right, kids, we're out of here. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much
for watching. We'll see you next week, guys. Enjoy. Episode 31 coming next week.